ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Welcome, everyone, to the Christmas special. Welcome. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to the Christmas season. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho. Well, folks. What have we got going on here today? It's Christmas season, and it's time for Santa and his helpers to join you now. Merry Christmas. How are you all doing? Merry Christmas out there. Well, folks, this is one of Santa's Christmas helpers helping out with Christmas, and a super chat from Elizabeth. Ho, 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 ho. She says season's greetings to Chris and to the mods and viewers. Well, thank you all for tuning in, folks. Santa's helper will be joining us in just a moment, but before we do, let me read this story to you about Christmas. You might know this story, and if there's any boys and girls out there listening, listen to this story. You might know this. You ready for this story, boys and girls? Here we go. This is a good Christmas story. It's called The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas went all through the house. I can't see those words very well. No wonder Santa forgot his glasses. That happens sometimes. There we go. Now I can see much better. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw open the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When, what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his curses they come, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wind hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot from coming down the chimney. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, boys and girls. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Frohes Fest. Frohe Weihnachten. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. Such a pleasure to have everyone join us tonight for our Christmas special, where we'll have musical guests and we'll be telling you Christmas tales and a little bit about the story of Christmas. Welcome. I'm going to bring in Santa's helper now. And Santa's helper is tonight in Namibia. She is in Namibia, and she'll be helping us. So let me get Santa's helper into the conversation. Whoops, that's not the one that Santa wants. Here we go. We'll get Santa's helper to join us in just a moment. I hope that you're all enjoying the program so far. And I hope that everyone has a lovely, happy, Merry Christmas. Santa's jacket is not quite right. There we go. Join, there we go. There we go. So we're getting our help. I'll need help tonight because it'll be a busy, busy show. And here we go on the busy, busy show. Merry Christmas to all. And there's Santa's helper as she joins. Oh, hello, Santa's helper. And we have to get her microphone turned on. Here we go. There she is. Hello, how are you? Oops, it's back on mute again. Santa has IT problems tonight. Her microphone is on mute. There we go. There you are. There you are. Yay, yay, there we go. Hello, Marlies. How are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm well. It's almost Christmas is upon us. Are you ready?
I'm excited.
You're excited. Well, you are Santa's helper tonight, and we're so grateful that you're here to help us.
I'm excited. Got like little goosebumps.
Wow. Wow. It's quite warm in that part of the world. You're on the other side of the world. We have snow on this side towards the North Pole, but where you're at, it's quite warm.
Yeah. Right now we are at, if I'm correct, let me just check, 33, 34 degrees.
Ooh, that is far too warm for Santa.
That's why I'm helping from this side.
Exactly. Helping from the other side of the world. Well, we're going to be having musical guests. You know that. Tonight, we're expecting to hear from Steve Hofmeyer, who has sent a Christmas greeting. We'll play that shortly. In addition, we'll also have Jezelle on the program with some wonderful Christmas music from Jezelle for the boys and girls and for the big boys and girls who really are boys and girls at heart. And we'll also have on the program Dean Chancy from Texas tonight, as well as Danie Botha. And surprise guest, Irene Louise van Wyk. Ooh, very exciting. I think we have a good time ahead of us. So with that, perhaps we ought to, because Santa's Afrikaans is not very good. Ek praat nie Afrikaans nie.
That's pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bye, donkey. So we will get Santa's helper to send a Christmas greeting to all the boys and girls out there in Afrikaans.
Hallo almal, baie welkom en 'n geseënde Kersfees wat voorlê.
Ah, that's brilliant. Geseënde Kersfees. Did I do it well?
Geseënde Kersfees.
Kersfees.
Cash.
Ah, I'm terrible at it. Terrible. Santa is accustomed to German and French and English, so those are the languages I use the most.
We're halfway there already.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a couple super chats on the program already, so let me just address those very quickly before they get away from us. And I must take my glove off. They're lovely gloves, but in order to work, they don't work very well. So I must take my gloves off. So I apologize to everyone watching the show. Santa can't do this with his gloves. So there were a couple of super chats we must address before we go any further. So let me get back here and see what they were. Elizabeth sent a super chat. She says, season greetings, Chris, moderators, and viewers. Thank you so much for that super chat, Elizabeth. Bye, donkey. And then we have a super chat from Brett Sessoms in Mississippi. Speaking of warm places for Christmas, there it is right there. And Brett says, have you ever been in Africa during the holiday season? Of course I have, Brett, delivering Christmas presents. Of course I've been there for the holiday season. No, have I ever stayed in Africa for the holiday season? Yes, I have. Many holidays. Many. I've spent Christmas in spots like Liberia and Botswana, South Africa, Uganda, Ethiopia, all over Africa. So thank you so much for asking. But I think, Marlies, perhaps what we should do, because we have guests coming on soon, is perhaps get to some of the tales we're going to tell. So my Santa's helper is going to be reading some stories, and so we'll give her a chance to read this first one here, The Little Match Girl. This is by Hans Christian Andersen, who's from Denmark, and it's quite a lovely tale. So I'll give her a chance to read that, and everyone can listen to the story. It's a very, very famous Christmas story. So please, go ahead.
It was a dreadful cold. It was snowing fast and was almost dark as evening came on, the last evening of the year. In the cold and the darkness, there went along the street on a poor little girl, bareheaded and with naked feet. When she left home, she had slippers on, it is true, but they were much too large for her feet. Slippers that her mother had used until then, and the poor little girl lost them in running across the street when two carriers were passing terribly fast. When she looked for them, one was not to be found, and the boy seized the other one and ran away with it, saying he could use it for a candle someday, when he had children of his own. So, on the little girl went with her bare feet that were red and blue with the cold. In an old apron that she wore were bundles of matches, and she carried a bundle also in her hand. No one had bought so much as a bunch all the long day, and no one had given her even a penny. Poor little girl, shivering with cold and hunger, she crept along, a perfect picture of misery. The snowflakes fell on her long flaxed hair, which hung in pretty curls about her throat. But she thought not of her beauty nor of the cold. Lights gleamed in every window, and there came to her the savory smell of roast goose, for it was New Year's Eve, and it was of this which she thought. In a corner formed by two houses, one of which projected beyond the other, she sat cowered down. She had drawn under her little feet, but still she grew colder and colder, yet she dared not go home, for she had sold no matches and could not bring a penny of money. Her father would certainly beat her, and, besides, it was cold enough at home, for they had only the house roof above them, and though the largest holes had been stopped with straw and rags, there were plenty many through which the cold wind whistled. And now her little hands were nearly frozen with cold. Alas, a single match might do her good, if she might only draw it from the bundle, rub it against the wall, and warm her fingers by it. So, at last she drew one out. Whoosh! How it blazed and burned! It gave out a warm, bright flame like a little candle, and she held her hands over it. A wonderful little light it was. It really seemed to the little girl as if she sat before a great iron stove, with polished brass feet and brass shovel and tongs. She blessed so blessingly it burned that the little maiden stretched out her feet to warm them as well. How comfortable she was! But lo, the flame went out, the stove vanished, and nothing remained but the little burning match in her hands. She rubbed another match against the wall. It burned brighter, and there were little fell upon the wall, become transparent like a veil, so that she could see through it into the room. A snow-white cloth was spread upon the table, on which was a beautiful china dining service, while a roast goose stuffed with apples and prunes steamed famously and set forth a most savory smell. And what was more delightful still, wonderful, the goose jumped from the dish, with a knife and fork still in its breast, and waddled along the floor straight to the little girl. But the match went out then, and nothing was left to her but the thick, damp wall. She lighted another match, and now she was under the most beautiful Christmas tree, larger and far more pretty trimmed than the one she had seen through the glass doors at the rich merchants. Hundreds of wax tapers were burnt on the green branches, and gay figures, such as she had seen in the shop windows, looked down upon her. The child stretched out her hand, and then the match went out. Still the light of the Christmas tree rose higher and higher. She saw them as stars in heaven, and one of them fell, forming a long trail of fire. Now, someone is dying, murmured a child softly, for her grandmother, the only person who had loved her and who was now dead, had told her that whenever a star falls, a soul mounts up to God. She struck yet another match against the wall, and again it was lit. And in the brightness there appeared before her the dear old grandmother, bright and radiant, yet sweet and mild and happy as she had never looked on earth. "Oh, grandmother," cried the child, "take me with you. I know you will go away when the match burns out. You too will vanish, like the warm stove, the splendid New Year's Eve feast, the beautiful Christmas tree." And lest her grandmother should disappear, she rubbed the whole bundle of matches against the wall. And the matches burned with such a brilliant light that it became brighter than noonday. Her grandmother had never looked so grand and beautiful. She took the little girl in her arms, and both flew together, joyously and gloriously, mounting higher and higher, far above the earth. And for them there were never hunger, nor cold, nor care. They were with God. But in the corner, at the dawn of day, sat the poor girl, leaning against the wall, with red cheeks and a smiling mouth, frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. Stiff and cold she sat, with the matches, one bundle of which was burned. She wanted to warm herself. Poor little thing, people said. No one imagined what sweet visions she had had, or how glorious she had gone with her grandmother to enter upon the joys of a new year. That's it.
Wow, that's we're going to have to give Santa's helper a pause, a break. That story was much longer than we expected. Well done. Lots of people
But
saying
beautiful nonetheless.
oh, it is a beautiful, beautiful story, and I hope that everyone listened very carefully. A lovely story by Hans Christian Andersen. I've actually been to Hans Christian Andersen's birthplace, to the house where he was born in Denmark. It's quite beautiful. It's a lovely place. So he's a very famous author who wrote many stories about the winter and about Christmas as well. So a lot of people are saying that you did a very lovely job reading that in English, because of course English is not your first language; it's your second language.
No. No.
So people
I
keep
do
asking.
try.
People keep asking, who is this woman? Who is this lady? Who is this girl? Please tell folks in the audience a little bit about yourself, so they know who you are.
So a while ago, that would be about a year and a half now, I had a bit of a cycling accident that led to a lot of chaos. It was quite funny. I rode with my bicycle into a rugby pole, but the worst part was the fact that it was on an open rugby field. There was nothing I could possibly hit, and I did hit that one thing. So that went quite big, and after that, my name was everywhere, and then I met Chris.
Yes, you were quite famous for that. People all over the world actually watched that video. And for those who don't know, I should tell you that it was quite an accomplishment. It's an empty rugby pitch. Not a person is on it. Not a mouse. Nothing on the pitch. Completely empty. The grass is trimmed to the proper level, so it's very short. And Marlies is riding her bicycle, and the only thing she could possibly hit on the pitch is the rugby goalpost. And guess what? She found it. Became kind of famous because of that, didn't you? So for those who don't know, that's who we're talking with today. So
yeah, but see, it wasn't.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh,
please.
it wasn't quite my fault. You see, I wanted to go right. I wanted to go right on the side of the rugby pole. And when I got there, the bicycle was just like, no, let's go left. And we decided to meet in the middle. It's not my fault.
Yes. Okay. So last year, I don't recall what you got for Christmas. Was it coal because you told stories?
True. That is quite true. Yes. Yes, that actually did happen. I was in the Netherlands, and they don't really have Christmas. They have Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas.
And if you've been naughty, you would get coal. And I did get coal.
Ah, see, there you go. I knew that was the case.
So that's quite true.
I do have a list here, and it did tell me that there was some coal delivered in the Netherlands while you were there. So I was just making sure you were the recipient.
I was definitely the recipient.
So I must catch up on a couple of super chats very quickly. Joe Emilio sent one. He said, I want Santa to give me subscribers for Christmas and stop stealing my ideas. Well, Joe, Merry Christmas. I can't really give you subscribers. I'm losing them at a rate that is too difficult to attract new ones. So you're going to have to get them on your own. But seriously, folks, if you're not familiar with Joe Emilio, he's an American, Texan / Egyptian / South African comedian. And that alone is funny enough just to listen to him. So he performs in the Western Cape and in South Africa. And with lockdown, he's not been able to do shows, but he has done some things online. And you can find his channel under Joe Emilio. Look it up on YouTube. Check it out. As far as stealing your ideas, I'm not stealing your ideas. Santa was doing this program since the beginning of November. I've been telling people we're doing this. So there. Ha ha. Nice try, Joe Emilio. Anyway, and we have another super chat here. And this super chat is from Lee Robertse. And Lee Robertse, who's in the UK, sent a £5 super chat. Wow, that's enough to pay for this drink. Oh. Says, Chris, you're a good person at heart. Thanks for what you're doing. Well, Merry Christmas. Thank you, Lee. Thank you so much. Well, let's ask Marlies about Christmas. Do you have a favorite Christmas memory, something that stands out that you would not mind sharing with folks? I mean, some memories are very personal. People don't want to share them, but some memories are fun.
Let's see. I remember before we stayed here, we lived in another town. And I remember my sister and I are quite adventurous people. And we got rollerblades or roller skates for Christmas. And I remember my dad chasing us down the hallway, trying to catch us because we're about to fall. And he's just like, put a pillow behind your butt so that if you fall, you don't crack something. And we're falling. And I remember we laughed so much. That was by far my favorite.
Did you fall?
Definitely. I did quite a lot. Yes, it was bad. We didn't do it ever again.
That's funny. That's an interesting one. No, I didn't learn to rollerblade until I was older, when I was an adult, because there were no such things as rollerblades when I was younger. But we did have roller skates, and I did go roller skating as a kid, and those were always fun, especially Christmas time. Lots of fun to go to the roller skating rink around Christmas time. Well, we're going to have Jezelle on shortly with some music from Jezelle. But in the meantime, I'm going to just ask Marlise to put her microphone on mute, and I'm going to read a letter from Mark Twain. By Mark Twain. This is a letter from Santa Claus, and just for everyone. And this was sent to Samuel Clemens' daughter, and Samuel Clemens was a famous American author known as Mark Twain. That was his pen name. And so this is a letter from Santa Claus to his daughter. It says, "My dear Susie Clemens, I have received and read all the letters which you and your little sister have written me. I can read your and your baby sister's jagged and fantastic marks without any trouble at all." Well, that's good, because my handwriting was terrible too. Thankfully, Santa could read mine. "But I had trouble with those letters which you dictated through your mother and the nurses, for I am a foreigner and cannot read English writing well. You will find that I made no mistakes about the things which you and the baby ordered in your own letters. I went down your chimney at midnight when you were asleep and delivered them all by myself, and kissed both of you too. But there were one or two small orders which I could not fill because we ran out of stock. There was a word or two in your mama's letter which I took to be a trunk full of doll's clothes. Is that it? I will call at your kitchen door about 9 o'clock this morning to inquire, but I must not see anybody, and I must not speak to anybody but you. You must tell George he must walk on tiptoe and not speak, otherwise he will die someday. Then you must go up to the nursery and stand on a chair or the nurse's bed and put your ear to the speaking tube that leads down to the kitchen. And when I whistle through it, you must speak in the tube and say, 'Welcome, Santa Claus.' Then I'll ask you whether it was a trunk you ordered or not. If you say it was, I shall ask you what color you want the trunk to be. And then you must tell me every single thing in detail which you want the trunk to contain. Then when I say goodbye and a Merry Christmas to my little Susie Clemens, you must say, 'Goodbye, good old Santa Claus. I thank you very much.' Then you must go down to the library and make George close all the doors that open to the main hall, and everybody must keep still for a little while. I will go to the moon and get those things, and in a few minutes I will come back down the chimney that belongs to the fireplace that is in the hall. If it is in the trunk you want, because I couldn't get such a thing as a trunk down the nursery chimney, if I should leave any snow in the hall, you must tell George to sweep it into the fireplace, for I haven't time to do such things. George must not use a broom, but a rag, else he will die some day. If my boot should leave a stain on the marble, George must not wholly stone it away. Leave it there always in memory of my visit, and whenever you look at it or show it to somebody, you must let it remind you to be a good little girl. Wherever you are naughty, and someone points to that mark, whenever you're naughty and someone points to that mark, which your good old Santa Claus's boot made on the marble, what will you say, my little sweetheart?" And that's a letter from Santa Claus to little Susie Clemens about 150 years ago. Wow. Look at that. Santa wrote back to little Susie Clemens. How nice was that? So, Marlise, did you know that we haven't always celebrated Christmas in the same way? It's had many different origins. Do you know that?
I've heard many things.
Mm-hmm.
There is one I believe to be true, but I've heard thousands of others. So yeah, I know it's always different in another place. Mm-hmm. Like in Europe, it's a lot different compared to how we do it. How we do is a lot different how you guys do it. So there is a big difference.
Absolutely. A different place around the world. And for different reasons, people celebrate Christmas. So many people associate Christmas rightly with the birth of Jesus. It's the celebration of the Christ child. And so many people celebrate that. And of course, many songs and Christmas carols are sung to celebrate Jesus and his birth. And we know the story of Jesus being born in a manger in Bethlehem, and that the wise men trying to find him and bringing gifts to him, bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So we know that story. But Christmas also is celebrated by other folks and in different fashions, and it's also changed over time. So it's a holiday to celebrate the birth of Jesus, but it's also what we call a secular holiday, one in which people celebrate it just for celebrating the season. And that's where more the traditions of Cinder Claus and Santa Claus and St. Nicholas come into play. That all becomes part of it. But even before then, people celebrated the season at the end of the year just to have something to celebrate to get through the dark days of winter. So we had Christmas being celebrated in Scandinavia. By Scandinavians, it used to be called Yule. That's why people say things like Yuletide, because it comes from Scandinavia. They celebrated it, and it was 6 weeks long. So Christmas has a very interesting background, and many people celebrate it for many reasons. Around the world, people think of it as a Christian holiday. But it's also the time of Hanukkah, which Jews celebrate Hanukkah. And then I also know many Muslims, while they don't celebrate Christmas because of the birth of Jesus, they do enjoy the secular holiday, even as Muslims. So Christmas is many things to many people. So at your house, with your family, how do you guys celebrate Christmas? Is it more of a secular holiday? Is it about Santa? Is it about Jesus? How do you celebrate it?
It's definitely about Jesus. I would remember when we were smaller, you would always do, I want the gifts, I want the gifts. But my parents would always make sure that all the little kids sit together and they would tell the story as to why we are here today and why we received gifts. It's not because we deserve them or anything. It's kind of like we're getting gifts to celebrate someone else's birthday. And we've come to custom to celebrate a birthday, you get a gift. And that's kind of how we did it. And it was, we never questioned why there was Christmas. It was never because of Santa. It was because God was born on that day.
Well, and that's how that's how I grew up with Christmas as well. But of course, Santa Claus became part of it as well. But the main reason, which a lot of people seem to forget, is it's celebrating Jesus' birthday. So that's important to remember. Well, we're getting close to the bottom of the hour, and at the bottom of the hour, we're going to hear some music from Jezelle. So for people looking forward to that, Jezelle will be singing in English and in Afrikaans. So for all those who don't know the songs as well in English, you'll be able to hear some of them in Afrikaans. And for those who are English speakers that have never heard Afrikaans before, you're in for quite a treat. So we're going to play that in just a moment. And when we do that, Marlies and I will go silent and we'll be off the screen while you hear this beautiful music from Jezelle. So, should we get started? We're very close. I think we should start with Jezelle's music. What do you think, Marlies? Okay, all right.
Definitely.
Both of us will go off the screen now and we'll go quiet.
Merry Christmas! Follow me!
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, hey, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Hello, Rudolph. Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible said, Mary's boy child Jesus Christ was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a King was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Stille nacht, heilige nacht, Jesus kind, lang verwag, lig uit die Vader se ryk, word hy liefde aan mense gelyk. Loof die hemelse kind, hey, loof die hemelse kind. Kersfees kom, Kersfees kom, gee aan God die eer. Skenk ons 'n helder somer Kersfees in hierdie land, o Heer. Kersfees kom, Kersfees kom, gee aan God die eer. Skenk ons 'n helder somer Kersfees in hierdie land, o Heer. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ooh, yeah. All right, now let's do this. Ooh, yeah. Here we go. It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be a good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, yeah, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Ooh. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Oh, yes, you know it when you know wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. A Merry Christmas, a Merry Christmas, a Merry Christmas to you too. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Oh, yes, you know it. When you know it too, yes, you know it. It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Rudolph! Merry, 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 Merry Christmas! Hey!
Merry Christmas. Wasn't that a lovely treat? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring back Marlies, our Santa's helper, and our special guest. She started to just drop away from the chair there. Where's she going? And we're welcoming our special guest, Jezelle, who just sang that lovely music, that lovely medley for you guys. Well, let's get everybody back on the screen here. Here we go. And there we are. Welcome back. Marlies, you're back. And Jezelle, welcome to you as well. Merry Christmas to everybody. Are you guys there? Oops, I'm not hearing anything. What happened there? Marlies, you're on mute. Oh, are we all there? Can anybody hear me? Oh, wow, that was all messed up. Anyway, wow, okay. Merry Christmas. Okay, so Santa's voice is back. Do we have Marlies? And Jezelle is trying to connect as well. Okay, Marlies, you're on mute.
I am here.
You are there. Wow, that was stunning, wasn't it? That was amazing.
That was really, really good.
Did you like Santa's moves? I'm telling you, man.
I did. My family thought you were brilliant.
Ah, it was amazing. Excellent. So we're just, we've got Jezelle there, but her microphone's on mute. So we're just trying to sort that out. Her tech team is falling behind the curve here really quickly. So Jezelle did a wonderful performance, but you're on mute, Jezelle. They keep giving me a thumbs up. They can hear me, but your microphone is on mute.
Hello.
There we go. There we go. Oh, my goodness. You know, Marlies, I thought we were going to have to drop her off the screen. It was just going to be the two of us for a moment there. Welcome, Jezelle. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you too. Hello. How are you?
I'm well. You know, people have been asking me if I actually know Jezelle or I'm just pretending to know Jezelle because it's been donkey years since Jezelle was on Wyatt Africa. And here you are finally.
Yeah, I think we're family by now.
Well, I think so too, but I'm starting to feel like a strange family because you haven't been on the program in a while. People keep thinking I'm pulling their leg out from them, but here you are. So Marlies, please give each other an Afrikaans greeting because I do so poorly at it.
Hoe gaan dit, Marlies?
Baie goed met jou.
Dit gaan goed. Jezelle, laat ons mekaar hier moet sien, hè?
Dat ons so moet ontmoet, ja.
Jy sien, en ons gaan net die Brits gooi hierso, né?
Ek hoop so.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Well, guys, Jezelle, that was awesome. That was so awesome. And we got to hear Silent Night in Afrikaans. For those who don't speak Afrikaans, that had to be a special treat.
Yes.
It sounds very different.
Yeah, I decided to do that one in Afrikaans as well as the next song, Geseënde Kersfees. Yeah, and I think it came out really well. Yeah, I mean, the medley, it's so special to me. Christmas, I mean, come on, Christmas is the best time of the year, and I just felt like I had to record this. We have to make this video and get it out there. Yeah, it's so exciting.
No, absolutely, it's amazing, and thank you so much. It's this beautiful, beautiful job. We really enjoyed that. I think everybody had a great pleasure listening to the English and Afrikaans. It's a nice mix to hear the two of them in the same video. So, listen, while we've got you here, do you have a particularly wonderful Christmas memory that you can share, or something special about Christmas to you? Marlies already told us about her need to wear a pillow to protect her bum when she went rollerblading. That was an interesting Christmas story.
Well, I have to say, this is going to sound weird, but I think the Christmases that I shared with my best friend Beate is always special to me. And we're always in Swakopmund for Christmas. So that, I mean, by itself, that is amazing for me. Christmases with Beate and my family and so on. But this year is going to be a bit different. This year we are celebrating Christmas in Pretoria at home. And we're going to have, Johan's mom's here. We just got home, actually. Johan's mom's going to share Christmas with us. She's going to be here, as well as my grandma. And so I think this one's going to be pretty special, I think.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's exciting. It's been a very difficult year for people all over the world, too. So I think we all really need this Christmas, just to remember each other, to remember family, to not let time pass by, and remember loved ones, and make the most of it. And hopefully it will give us a good little... now, I don't know if you guys know this phrase. It's German, but it's not for Christmas. It's for New Year's. And what you greet people for New Year's, you say, Guten Rutsch. And Guten Rutsch means literally good slide into the new year. So I think that we all need a Guten Rutsch to get into the new year, to get away from this mess this year, and have a lovely 2021.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. What do you think, Marlies? Does that make sense?
It does. I definitely need it. It's been a year.
It has.
You go
been
from
a
one
year.
continent to the other, and you're like leaving one family behind and coming back to another. And it's like, when I was there, I was wondering, what if my parents get ill? How bad will it be? And it was a lot of drama for a short period of time.
Crazy stuff. Now, Vilmari has said, Goeie, you best Namish, Marlies. So I guess that Namish is Namibian, Afrikaans, and English mixed.
Yes. And then you get like some of the African languages in between as well, the words that you know. It's quite a dangerous language at times.
So it's interesting. I should say here, for those who don't know, I mean, this program is about Christmas, and we're talking about Christmas, and it's for the South Africa audience. But I don't have any South Africans on the screen. I have two Namibian ladies on the screen. What's up with that?
Yo, where are you, South Africans?
They'll be coming later in the program, but just at the moment we've got two Namibians. So for those who don't know, don't be confused by the fact that they both speak Afrikaans as their first language. They're actually Namibian Boermeisie, both of them.
Yes.
Now, Jezelle, I had to fight with people earlier this year when I said that Giselle's a Boermeisie. No, she's not. She's not a Boermeisie. I said, what do you mean she's not a Boermeisie? She grew up on a farm in Roetfontein. How could she not be? Because that's not South Africa. I'm like, what? Come on. She's a farm girl. Come on.
Yes, I am. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, and yeah.
So Jezelle, you did a concert in Maltahuur. We were hoping to live stream it, but apparently Maltahuur is still stuck in the 1960s. They haven't discovered mobile telephones and the internet yet. So,
yes.
So we weren't able to stream that.
Yep.
It was quite disappointing. And Johan bought a laptop manufactured in 1963, so he's having trouble editing. He's having trouble editing the videos, so we will get around to that eventually at some point.
You have no idea.
I can imagine. But I did want to mention that concert, because at that concert you did this awesome song, and it was a tribute to Jan Spies. And I don't know.
Yes.
Were you surprised that were you surprised I knew who Jan Spies was? I don't know if you knew that, but I actually knew who Jan Spies was, and I started playing it. People like, who's Jan Spies? I had to tell them who he was. Here's this American oak telling people who Jan Spies is, who is a Namibian who's best known in South Africa, and speaking in Afrikaans.
Yeah, you know what? I am after we released Zuidwes, I was like, how can I not mention Jan Spies in Zuidwes? I mean, he was and still is such a legend. And then I decided, well, maybe that's a good thing because I think he deserves his own song. And so I wrote the song, Jan Koffie Kapitaal, and we released the song in Namibia. We'll release it very soon in South Africa. But it went. We released the song in Maltier because that he had a farm just outside of Maltier, and everybody there knows him or knew him, and so we released the song there, and it did pretty well. So I'm very excited about that one. I think, yeah.
Okay, so now here's my turn to have a little fun. So people are forever correcting my Afrikaans because my pronunciation is terrible in Afrikaans because honestly, you folks don't know how to pronounce letters. It's difficult for those of us who don't speak the language. But, I mean, what's with these G's? Ronaldo, come on, that's hard, man. But seriously, okay, so let me help you guys out here. Malta Höre is a German town, and it comes with an umlaut over the O. And the umlaut over the O makes the O sound like a Ö sound. So it's Malta Höre, not Malta, whatever you guys are saying. That's Afrikaner speaking. That's not proper. You're butchering the German. I will not allow that.
Sorry.
No, it's quite all right.
But what's that word you struggle with? Everybody helps you with that one little word. What is it?
I don't know. I'm not sure which one. Oh, we got a super chat from Alois. Alois van Zyl gave a super chat. Thank you for that, Alois. Which word is it? I mean, there's plenty. Anything that begins with a G in Afrikaans. I can usually say good day. Well, goeiedag, I can get that one. That one I can get right.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's the other ones that just don't. And what's with the vowels? Look at my Merry Christmas sign in Afrikaans back here. Those aren't E's. I had to use the 3 backwards and the and symbol and the at symbols because there's too many vowels. It's like the Dutch. You people stop using all those vowels.
Geseënde Kersfees.
Here's the one. Ronaldo's telling me to say happy.
But I like that.
He's asking. Ronaldo wants me to say it. Oh, she's here. I definitely messed it up. Gelukkig. I can't get that right. Gelukkig. Yeah. Okay. There you go. That's as close as I can. And they're also having fun with me because I can't. Now this is spelled peaky, but you guys say pucky or perky or something like that.
Pucky.
Pucky. That's the word. That's
Perky.
the word or
Perky.
the name or the whatever.
Perky.
Pucky.
Where do you
There's
get
no R. Pucky.
exactly? How do you?
Not with the R. Just pucky.
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 Pecky.
Pucky.
No.
Pecky. It's impossible. This isn't even right. Now Robin is telling me that I'm saying Hemsboch wrong. I'm not saying Hemsboch wrong. Hemsboch. That's the way you say that. Oh, and Robin gave a super chat. She wants me to say Hemsboch. I can say that one. But it sounds like you have a cold or the flu or something. I can't speak Afrikaans. I think I'll have COVID. Hemsboch. No, run away. He has the COVID. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Ja, Santa can speak German and not Afrikaans. Ja, Sie haben da recht. Das ist ja natürlich schon seit über 35 Jahren kann ich Deutsch, ja. Einfach, Deutsch ist ja einfach für mich, ja. Viel einfacher als Afrikaans. Afrikaans macht überhaupt keinen Sinn. Was für eine Sprache ist diese Sprache? Anyway.
And world peace.
And joy to the world.
Didn't get that.
No, I just have. Oh no! Now Yanni is having fun here. He says, "Try to say." That's just mean. It's a mine in Limpopo. Try to say Ruud geluk. It's a mine in Limpopo. I don't know.
Groot geluk.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I said.
Groot geluk.
Well, it's
there you go.
It's like the music, you know. I can buy your music, Jezelle, because I don't have to go looking for the album. If I look for the album, you know, Afrikaans is people are like, what album did you want? My goodness.
Yeah, that's funny.
So we're having a little bit of fun. But Yanni had a super chat, so here's there's for the super chat. Are there no children watching? No kids and no grandkids? No questions from them? Like Tony Nagy says, now this is a ethnic Hungarian who's from South Africa who speaks Afrikaans but lives in Canada. So you can see I'm already confused. He says like Pitki.
Pucky.
Yes.
Picky.
Like pit.
Picky. Picky. How do you get that out of a word
Yeah.
spelled picky? Come on.
Picky.
You guys are just, that sounds like perky again. My goodness. I think you're just pulling my chain at this point. You guys are just having fun. Yikes.
Picky.
So we have folks tuned in from all over the world. Will Woods is in the Rocky Mountains. Just says greeting. Tony Nagy's out there in Alberta, Canada. He says hello to everybody. So, yep, welcome to you guys. So are there any, since we have two Namibians with me here right now, are there any Namibian Christmas traditions that are maybe different that we don't know about? Do you guys like, I don't know, go out and torture goats or something like that, or slide down sand dunes in the wintertime, pretending you're going sleigh riding? I can see that at Walvis Bay or at Swakopmund. You can go out there on the dunes and slide down them like it's snow.
Oh, that is fun. That is fun.
It's fun until your feet.
But you go down so fast.
You. Yes, it's fun until your feet hook in underneath you and you go like face first into the sand. Yes. It's not the same. It's not snow. It's not water.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, but no, nothing. Is there something unique that's in Namibian? I mean, that people don't do, say, in the Netherlands or don't do in America? Anything you guys can think of?
No. Marlies, help.
I'm trying. I don't think we do anything this interesting. I don't know.
Remind me why I invited Namibians on the program again? Wow.
I think they drink, oh, well, that's going to sound really bad, but I think they drink lots and lots of Jägermeister. But
we don't need Christmas to do that.
Tradition.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need Christmas to do that.
That's actually, I think that's an accurate statement. My travels to Namibia, it's not been Christmas, and I've seen lots of Jägermeister consumed. I think it's Namibia's biggest import from Germany is Jägermeister and German tourists.
True.
So Jezelle, did you have a chance to do any Christmas concerts this year, or because of lockdown, was it not something, or do you do Christmas concerts normally, or no?
I want to. In the future, I really want to record a full Christmas album. And then we'll do the shows. Maybe next year. I mean, this year was just crazy. I have done one show, and that was the Malta show.
Better. That's
and the rest was was cancelled. So no shows, nothing. But in the future I will definitely do that. Yes.
No, that would be awesome to have a Christmas concert. It'd be wonderful. And you should plan on it being somewhere where there's actually snow for Christmas, like the U.S. or Canada.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, then when you
take me with you.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
There you go. And then when you sing "Baby, It's Cold Outside," it really will be cold outside. That doesn't make much sense in Cape Town right now.
I believe so. Yes. I mean, it's Christmas time now, but I'm sitting here and I'm sweating. So it's kind of hot. Yeah.
Well, I'd offer you some AC.
So we can only dream of a white Christmas.
I would offer you some AC, but that would just tax the ESCOM grid, and you'd all be without any power whatsoever if you turn on the AC.
But look, this year we're celebrating Christmas in a kind of hot South Africa this time of the year, but it is raining at the moment. But we have it all this Christmas. We have the Christmas tree. There it is.
Lovely.
Check.
Lovely.
We have the Christmas lights. We have the presents. We're going to have a really great lunch, I think, with beef roast and baked potatoes and rice, and for veggies we're going to have green beans, and I have to say this in Afrikaans, pompoen cookies and a caramel sauce.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah. You haven't lived
and then
until you have pumpkin cookies.
Precies, yeah. So, and then for dessert we're going to have a tipsy tart. I think that's in English. It's
Where's the malva pudding?
And then lekker. And then fruitcake for later in the day with a nice cup of coffee. And we even have a gingerbread house.
Ooh, that's lovely.
Did you buy it or did you make it?
We bought the kit, so it was the
Ah.
panel. Yeah, so we played around with that, and that was so much fun. Kept us busy till 2 o'clock in the morning.
So apparently, a lot of the kids in the chat are asking why Santa's talking so fast. He's in a hurry.
Ho ho ho!
I'll have
Yeah.
to slow. I'll have to slow down.
Oh.
I'll have to slow down.
Slow down.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. But I was actually speaking slowly when I read the letter, but maybe I picked up the pace a bit. Interesting. So maybe Santa needs some of that Jägermeister to slow down.
Maybe.
I don't think that's what it does.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. Anyway. That's funny. So, Jezelle, you usually spend Christmas at Swakopmund. On the beach or just in Swakopmund?
Just in Swakopmund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not that big on going to the beach, but I want to be close to it. I just want to, you know what, Swakopmund just, for me, it's such a special place. So I just want to be there. I just want to be in Swakop
No, that's
for Christmas. That's enough for me.
Well, that's did you get there on your last trip when you went to Maltahua?
Of course.
Of course.
Yes, we did spend a few days in Swakopmund. Yeah, my dad, my mom and dad are still there. After the heart surgery, they went to Swakopmund because it's nice and cool there. And they're still there, so they're going to spend Christmas in Swakopmund. So I am jealous, but we're going to have fun here.
Excellent, excellent. Well, there's some comments from some of the kids here. Let's see. So Arctic said his son wants to know why Santa has a real beard. Because the fake ones are itchy. The real ones aren't itchy. This feels very nice. It's a real beard. Ow, ow. I pulled it too hard. So,
I think the real one is better. Does it have to be fake?
No, it doesn't have to be fake. I'm not sure why. Maybe because lots of people who help out with Santa wear fake beards, and maybe that's why. And Arctic Sun also wants to know why Santa's talking so fast. Well, it's a busy time of year, and there's many, many things to do. And so in order to get through all of it, sometimes I have to speak fast. Now, Alois van Zyl says, are you the real Santa? No offense, love. You will know who I am. And this is Andreas asking, 9-year-old. Andreas, I'm not actually the real Santa Claus, just so it's clear, so that you guys understand. I'm helping out Santa Claus. You know, at this time of year, lots of people help Santa by dressing up as Santa in order to share good cheer and Christmas tidings with everyone and share the story of Christmas. So I'm not the actual Santa Claus who's actually at the North Pole, although I'm not far from the North Pole. I should tell you that. And I have snow outside my house right now. So I'm here to help out. I hope that helps you out there, Andreas. And then now I can't say, I'll just say Jessica. Jessica's kids are watching because you guys are going to get me to say peaky, pikey, perky again. I guess I kept Pucky. Becky. Her kids are watching. Anyway, well, welcome to all the kids. Welcome to all the boys and girls who have joined us, and also to all the older boys and girls who are still boys and girls in their heart, like I am. Welcome to everybody. So let's see what else we got here. Something about driving my sleigh. Well, not right now. We're busy. Not time for that now. So Marlies, let me ask you this question. So what is your favorite holiday? Is it Christmas? Is it the best time of the year, the one you enjoy most, or do you enjoy something as much or better?
I think Christmas wins, definitely. Because I like shiny things and there's pretty lights everywhere.
Nah, that's so true. That's so true. Jezelle, same for you, or? Yep, I'm liking the hat. I'm liking the hat. Marlies doesn't have a hat on. I think she has a Christmas tree on her head.
So wait, I'll go down. Wait.
Look at that. She has a Christmas
There
tree.
it is.
That's lovely. And it looks like you have Christmas bulb decoration for your earrings.
I do.
Look at
It
that.
is my earrings.
Oh, that's
And
lovely.
I got a little bow.
A little bow. You're wrapped up like a gift under the tree.
See, I've always wanted to do that. Wrap myself up, put myself under the tree and be like, I am the gift.
So Paul Hotshot van Billion says, my son Peter said, exactly, said, my son Peter said, der Weihnachtsmann spricht Deutsch, das ist ganz gut. Ja, Peter, na, servus, wie geht's? Bist du bereit für Weihnachten? Ich bin. Ich hoffe, dass du auch bist. Anyway, so actually, we got some kids understanding German in the chat, so we'll share that with them. We have a serious question for the Namibians. During December, who is not in Swakopmund?
The people who have to work.
Oh, shame. There you go. Shame.
Question.
But are the beaches full? Because, I mean, I've tried that water in Swakopmund. It's like an ice box.
I think as Namibians, we have learned if there's an ocean,
It
we have to
is.
swim.
So you just jump in anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I remember
That's what
my
they do.
sister. Yeah, I remember my sister and I went to Cape Town, and we were like, we have to go swimming because there's a beach. And I've never swam in water that cold. When we got up, we had brain freeze. Do you know how cold it has to be to get brain freeze from water?
Quite cold,
But
quite
we swam.
uncomfortable.
We swam.
So, Jezelle, you did go see your family. Your father was not well, but he's on the mend. Is he doing well now, if you don't mind?
He is doing really well, extremely well. So we are so grateful for that. It was a stressful time for all of us, for us as a family. But yes, he is doing really, really well. So I'm so grateful. And you know what? I think I want to say this. By the way, Johan said you can check your email within about 5 minutes from now. He just sent you the Danie video.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My email or my WhatsApp? My email. Okay.
I think your email. You said
Okay.
email. Yes.
Okay.
What I wanted to say is, after, we've all been through so much this year. People have lost their jobs, lost their houses, lost loved ones. I mean, Johan lost his dad, and his mom lost her sister thanks to COVID. So it's been a really, really tough year for a lot of people out there. But this year, I decided that I really want to celebrate life this Christmas. We all live our lives every day. We're so busy running around, but we forget to celebrate life. And life is the greatest gift of all. So this year, we're going to celebrate life.
If we had Jägermeister, I'd toast to that.
Well, I think that's a great sentiment. Not necessarily the Jägermeister. I meant and celebrating life. I think that's especially important this year. It's been quite a challenging year for everybody, and for kids too. I mean, it's not just adults who've lost jobs, who can't go places to do things, but kids have been forced to stay at home for an ungodly amount of time and learn schooling through distance education, which is very awkward. And you can't socialize with friends and things like that. It's been a very difficult year for children as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. So very, very challenging. Sorry, Marlies.
Someone's asking me why I'm not wearing green. I don't know why I'm not green. I don't understand that question.
You're not the Grinch.
Oh, you're a mean
I
one,
really-
Mr. Grinch.
The Grinch.
That's what
I
they're
really
thinking.
wanted to dress as the Grinch, but it would have been too warm. I couldn't do it.
No, we don't want a Grinch on the Christmas program. Come on, this is a happy
He's
Christmas
the
program.
best.
Oh, he's the
Grinch
best.
was happy.
What
He
kind
was
of-
happy.
No wonder you got cold last year. What kind of child are you? The Grinch is the best.
But because he didn't hate Christmas, he just hated people, which I sometimes do understand.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, that's true. He didn't hate Christmas. He just didn't like people. He just wanted his privacy. He wanted to be left alone.
Yes. It's not that hard.
But he stole all the presents.
True. I would do that too.
All that work wasted putting those gifts out just for the Grinch to come along and grab them all up. He's not on my Christmas list. He's way down there, checking at the bottom there. So anyway. So your mother-in-law is there, Jezelle, for Christmas. So you have some family joining you. Marlies, do you have any family other than your immediate family? Any cousins or aunts or uncles or
Yeah, we all live in the same town, so it's always Christmas together. My grandma actually lives like our house is attached to her house, so she kind of just like lives a door away. And my nephews are coming and my aunt's coming, so it's going to be the whole family together.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Wow, that's a nice part about Christmas too, when you can spend it with family. Although I suppose there's probably some people that don't like their family; they prefer they don't come for Christmas. But anyway, so all right. So Jezelle, what are the plans for the new year? Have you mapped out plans? Have you got Christmas wishes? Have you asked Santa for something? Have you asked maybe that you could finally do your concert tour to promote your album, which came out this year? Für uns Mensa, we've been waiting now for 10 months for the Jezelle debut concert tour. So far, it's just been digital. It was fantastic, but it was digital. I think people want to see it in person.
Yep. And I did one show in Malta. Whatever. No, it's difficult to make plans because you don't know what's going to happen next year. So hopefully I can record some more singles and release them, and if things are going well, we will tour and do some shows. But at this stage, it's really difficult. We don't know what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, that will be the challenge for 2021.
With the whole COVID thing.
That's true. Well, apparently there'll be 37 new strains,
but,
so I suppose we should wait on those.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, whatever comes our way next year, we must just hang on to the fact that we know we are not alone. And God will never leave us. He's with us every step of the way. And we'll get through everything and anything.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So do either of you have a secret wish? Now, if you tell me, it won't be secret anymore. I'm just asking if you have a secret wish for Christmas. You don't have to tell us, but do you have a secret wish for Christmas?
I do.
Ooh, good. Marlies has one. Jezelle?
I don't know. I don't think I have a secret wish. Just that I just hope and pray that everything will work out next year and that it will be a good year. And I don't have a secret wish. Not that I can think of right now. No, I'm quite happy.
Okay, well, there you go. So, gosh, no secret wish.
Do you have one?
Oh, I have lots of secret wishes. Lots of secret wishes. Yes, unfortunately, there'll be some coal in my stocking related to the election, so I have to deal with that. But beyond that, we'll see. What's this? Arctic says, we have heard all Jezelle's songs so many times we can sing them all in full volume. Oh, because I play Jezelle's music all the time. Even though I get copyright claims, I play Jezelle's music all the time. So I have to go back and edit all my shows after the fact and delete Jezelle's music after we play it. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble. So, yeah. But, well, I mean, the songs that they hear most often are, of course, Für uns Mensa, which has kind of become the anthem for the start of my live stream. And then they also hear frequently South Africa, which is an awesome song. And how cool is it that an anthem for South Africa is sung by Namibian? You got to love that.
Yeah, true, eh? Yeah, after we released Zuidwest, South African people asked me to write a song about South Africa. So I did. But it's not the same thing. It's not the same. You can't compare it to Zuidwest. It's a whole different story. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's just as powerful. But, of course, I'm not from South Africa. But I really love listening to the song. It's pretty cool. Of course, I'm still waiting for the lyrics from your manager there, who promised to send me the lyrics for that song so I could learn Afrikaans.
Yep. You always say to me, you don't have to remind me every 6 months.
Ronaldo Jos says that Namibians are pretty much South Africans. Ooh, them's fighting words. They are what the Western Cape wants to become, according to some.
Okay.
Ooh, my goodness. Ronaldo's in the doghouse with Carter. Anyway. Yikes. So let me ask this question. I think I know the answer already from Jezelle. I better have the correct answer, but do you guys like kids? Because Christmas time is a big time with kids. And I think I know the answer from Marlies as well. I mean, she was an au pair recently, so I hope that she likes kids. But I mean, do you like kids? Oh, you do like kids. I know Jezelle likes kids.
I do. They make it so much, I don't know, it's just kids have this kind of way with things. They just have this little bit of sparkle in them that just make things more enthusiastic and energetic, and it's just so the chaos, that's the best part.
Yeah, no, it's you never know what's going to happen with kids around. It can be quite unpredictable, which can have its good side, but also it got to keep you on your toes there. So from Alois van Zyl, this is from my new friend Andreas. He said that thank you for answering me, and it is a true thing of the beard because you see some little helpers have beards. Your new friend Andreas. Well, thank you, Andreas. Andreas is the 9-year-old who asked the question about whether my it's got to stop doing that. Whether my beard is actually real, and it is. It is a real beard. So thank you, Andreas. I hope that you're enjoying this show. And I hope that you've heard Jezelle's music. She has beautiful music, lovely music. And she sings in country music, too. And I don't even like country music, but I listen to Jezelle's music in country.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Jezelle, before because we're waiting for Danie Botha to join us. If you want to stay with us until Danie's here, you're welcome to do that. We're waiting for him to call in now. But is there anything about Christmas that that you really get excited about before it happens? I mean, some people are very organized. They like to plan the parties. They want to make sure the tree is up on this day, not sooner, not later, and it must have an angel on top or it must have a star on top. Are you like that for Christmas, or are you just kind of like, hey, it's Christmas, let's just have a good time and make it happen when it's time?
I think the build up to Christmas, that's what makes it so exciting for me. So the tree went up really early, I think. And the planning and everything that goes with it. Yeah, no, I think I'm one of those.
Okay, so cool. Marlies, how about yourself? I actually kind of sort of know the answer here, but I don't think it's normal. It's this year, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm usually the person who always puts up the tree, puts up the lights, who does that, who does this. But this year, I think somewhere in my brain just did a clutch, or I don't know. But this tree came up today.
Oh, today the tree went up.
It's not even our tree. I got it from my grandma.
Well, I guess it's good that her house is attached to yours. You didn't have to travel far.
Yes, because it's so deeply hidden. You only see Christmas decorations once a year, so we always hide it real deep somewhere. And then you have to go search for it, and it was just too much drama. And then I had to go get this tree and find lights somewhere. It was a scene. But I did it. That's the important thing. I did it.
Well, I guess it's good that Gran had a tree that was readily available that you could fall back on that one. Let's see. So someone just, where's it at? Arctic. Tian says it's Christmas, Chris, not a U.S. Army operation. And what is that supposed to mean? Just because I'm organized and I like to do things this time, it's in America. A lot of people have a tradition of setting up the Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving on what is now called Black Friday, the shopping day. So a lot of Americans some set up on the 1st of December because of Advent. Oh, speaking of Advent, the Advent's calendar. We almost forgot. Today's the 23rd, folks. So let me see. Where's the 23 in here?
Oh,
here you go, right down
I
here.
didn't even get one of those.
Oh, shame.
I love those.
And
You
this
too.
what is this thing? I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's a rhino. It's a rhino. There you go.
Can I have it?
Sure. I'll send it to you digitally.
Thank you. Yummy.
It's quite good. Quite good. Just 2 days ago to Christmas, folks. Did we fix that? Yep, 2 days ago. It's in the back there. So,
Nice.
So, Jezelle, growing up in Namibia, where there's like 2 people every 100 kilometers or so, thereabouts, for Christmas time. Christmas time. Did you guys ever read Christmas stories or do Christmas carols? Is that something you do in Namibia or no?
I don't remember doing any of that in Grootfontein, where I grew up. But in Swakop, yes, they have this we sing Christmas carols. We'll come together and sing Christmas carols in Swakopmund at the amphitheater. Je weet al van Marlies, nee?
No, I was like, when he asked, I was like, I haven't sang a Christmas carol ever.
Are you serious? I can't sing, and I do it all the time. Oh,
I don't
my
even
goodness.
know one of them. I've never done that.
Oh, my goodness. No, I sing them all the time, and I'm a terrible singer. I scare cats and dogs when I sing, so I frighten
But
them
at
off.
least you've tried.
Yeah, no, I do try, but, effort doesn't count sometimes. Sometimes it's best not to try. But Vilmari says that she sets up a tree in October already. I guess that's the normal situation.
Why does she have to do
That
this?
sounds a bit like
Where is
me.
this attack coming from?
That's not an attack. That's just inside information.
Oh, that's an attack.
No. So,
Don't judge me.
as a former intelligence officer, I like to get details like this.
No, you see, we don't have Halloween. So instead of setting up for Halloween, I set up for Christmas.
Okay. Well, that's pretty awesome.
Just to get in
Actually,
you have to get in the mood. But she judges me for it.
There's no judgment there. There was no judgment in that.
You don't read it with the amount of sarcasm that she has. So if you read it you'll feel it. It is judgment.
Okay, let me try to get into character, okay? Chris. She sets up a tree in October already. Can you imagine that? Okay, I got it.
There you
now.
go.
I got
That's it.
Okay, I got it. Uh-huh. I think that maybe Marlies is a little sensitive on that topic, so we'll move on from that.
What? No. Me?
Oh my goodness. Lots of chat coming in now. Neil Jeffrey, says, my name is Caitlin. I'm using my dad's phone. Merry Christmas. It's very funny how you dressed up as Santa. Thank you for supporting our country. Well, Caitlin, you are most welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm glad you like it. This is a very special Santa Claus outfit, too. Check it out. I got the big belt there. Oops.
Wow, there you go.
Oh, beautiful. Isn't it lovely? Yep.
Santa,
It
have
is.
you lost weight?
Yeah, I've lost a lot of weight. I didn't get enough to eat this year. It was salty cracks year this year. So, I was a little on a starvation diet because of the COVID and everybody busy. So I've lost a lot of weight. So, yeah, I can barely keep my belt on. I had to go all the way to the end to cinch it up. But thank you so much, Caitlin. It's my pleasure. And thank you for writing. It's very much a pleasure to have you. You know, guys, it's amazing. We have 100 people watching the show, but I think we have about 500 watching it because all these kids are watching right now. So we don't see them as viewers because they're watching with their parents' phones and their laptops and their PCs. So, wow, that's pretty awesome. Lynn says my granddaughter put up this Christmas tree. Oh, okay, that's nice. Lynn's granddaughter put up a tree, and then there it is. Okay, I'm not even going to say. I'm just say Jessica because that's her name. I can't say Pikey, Perky, Pucky, whatever you guys say. So,
Pucky.
Gosh, it sounds different no matter who says it.
Pucky.
It always sounds different. It says, I'll be the Grinch on the chat. Halloween is my favorite. It was Halloween in my home well into December. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Caitlin is 11 years old. Well, Caitlin, thank you so much for sharing. 11. Wow. I remember being 11. I enjoyed being 11. I was never in a hurry to be 18 or 28 or something after that. 11 was awesome. And
I remember 11.
I should ask her about the 2018 Christmas outfits. This is from Marlies. Oh,
That's my sister, isn't she?
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
dear. Oh, dear. I will enlighten you on what happened. My mom, or we have decided, my sister and I are pure crack. We are made of crack. So what we did, we both had longer hair. And then my head became a tree and her head became a present. And it had tinsel on it and there were like bells hanging from my hair. It was beautiful. It was magical. I was the Christmas tree.
Okay. All right. So I thought I was waiting for something else. She got me all curious about that story. I thought it was going somewhere else. So there's a question. There's a question here from Mumu J. Says, "Hi Santa. Hello to Mumu J. I want a phone. Which country are you in? Oh, okay. I take it by that you mean a mobile. You want a mobile for Christmas. How old are you? You want a mobile. Some parents don't like for kids to have a mobile until they're a certain age. So it's difficult for Santa to help with that one. I am currently in America right now. I'm sitting in America. and I'm helping out. I'm not the real Santa. You should know that, Moo. I'm actually one of Santa's helpers. Along with Marlies is my Santa's helper to help us get through this day today. And our special guest right now is Jezelle. And my helper and our guest are both from Namibia. So I'm in America, and Jezelle is in South Africa. Marlies is in Namibia, and I'm in America right now. Okay, so let's see. Then Ronaldo Jos says, Peaky equals puck, and then the letter E. So pucky.
Almost. You're so close.
So close. So close.
You'll get there one day.
Oh, Mumu J is in Zimbabwe. Wow. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
that's like
Oh, Mumu J. Gosh. Oh, that's beautiful. Where in Zimbabwe? Can you tell us where in Zimbabwe? Which town you in? Are you in Bulawayo? Are you in Harare? Are you in Masvingo? Where are you at? Wow. Welcome from Zimbabwe. That's amazing. Gosh, we love Zimbabweans on this channel. We don't like Zanu so much, but we love Zimbabweans. So, Nigel says, my Christmas gift is only being delivered in the middle of February, my second grandchild. Ah, that's lovely.
oh.
Mumu J is in Harare. Well, Harare. Well, that's a beautiful. Well, Mumu J, I hope that you have a good Christmas. It's very difficult this year in Zimbabwe for people. Very challenging year. And we all send our best thoughts and prayers to everybody in Zimbabwe that you have a good Christmas season and a good year. It's been very difficult. Oh, but you're born in Uganda. Mumu J, I used to live in Uganda, in Kampala. Wow. Wow. You were born in Uganda, but you live in Zimbabwe. That's fascinating. Uh-oh, what's that? Do I hear somebody's child in the background? Or was that a chair?
Yep, that was little El Jezelle. Listen, Chris, Johan wants to know if you received the email with Danie's video. And are you in contact with Danie?
I was waiting for Danie to come on. Yeah, so I have not received anything from Johan related to anything. He sent it to my email address. I have nothing in the last hour from him. I'll reload the page. And I've also. Oh wait, here! Oh, here it is.
Transfer.
Okay, it's a WeTransfer. I just found it. It came. Oh yeah, it did come about 15 minutes ago. So let me get that. Well, that's a big file. It's going to take a few minutes to download. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All
So
right.
maybe you can just send Danie a WhatsApp or something.
And
Say
tell
you're
him to
ready
come-
or whatever.
Tell him to come on. Okay.
Maybe he's waiting for us.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
why don't we do that then? Let me send him a message really quick.
Sorry about that.
No, that's quite all right. Quite all right. Okay, I got to make sure I send the right address because it's not saved in my book as Danie. So make sure. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, folks. You guys can chat while I'm doing this. I'm just sending a message very quickly.
This is her first Christmas, right?
Huh?
Or is it her second Christmas?
Jezelle, did you hear that?
No, Johan is talking to me. Sorry. Sorry, what did you say?
I asked if it's her first Christmas or her second Christmas.
Oh, sorry, El Jozelle's Christmas. Yeah, no, it's her second Christmas already.
Wow.
They grow up so fast.
Yeah, I can't believe how time flies. It's amazing. Yeah, so she's 18 months now, keeping us really busy. But little bundle of joy. We love her so much.
It's worth it in the end.
It is. Yeah, it is.
So I have to
No,
jump
it
in
is,
very quickly
definitely.
again, guys. Mumu J is saying that Mumu wants an iPhone 12 present. Wow. That's a big ask.
Present.
That's a big present. That's a big ask.
I want
Mumu.
that as well.
Wow, I think I want that as well. I don't want that new.
Okay, now, Chris, now I have a secret wish.
Secret wish.
Oh, now we all have secret wishes. Only it's not so secret.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
Let's see. Jaco Besta says, Die is zomaar net. Awesome and feel good. Thanks for all the effort in this stream, Chris. You're most welcome for that. And Santa, can you come to Zimbabwe? Mumu, I would love to come to Zimbabwe, but it's difficult for people to travel right now. Of course, when it's time for presents, that's a little bit different. But just traveling is difficult because of all the concerns with the virus. And so it's difficult to travel right now. And especially since they're stopping travel through the United Kingdom, which is where a lot of people travel through to get to Zimbabwe. So not impossible. But I have been to Zimbabwe. It's a lovely place, beautiful place. I like Bulawayo. I like Matopos. I like Masvingo. I'm not very familiar with Harare, but I do love the jacarandas in Harare. They're beautiful when they're in bloom. Beautiful trees. Let's see. There's someone else here that I want to catch here. Oh, yeah. This is from Andreas again. Hi, Chris. Can I please come say hi? Your friend Andreas. How do you mean come say hi? In the chat, gosh, we weren't planning on having kids come on the program here. But maybe on Christmas Day, I can do that because I'll be live streaming on Christmas Day. So if any kids are here and would like to call in on Christmas Day, if your parents let you, you must have your parents' permission. Otherwise, you cannot do it. On Christmas Day, the 25th, in the evening, I will be back on the program. And if you want to call in and tell us how your Christmas was, you can do that. You're welcome to do that. So that's the plan with that. Okay, how's that sound? What do you guys think? What do you think, ladies? Is that a good plan?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, I agree. I think it's a good plan. So not today, but you guys can call in on Christmas Day. Quite familiar. Okay, now Ronaldo and someone else are arguing about how to teach me how to pronounce her name. So we're going to move on from that. Uncle Chris, what is your favorite traditional Christmas lunch? My mom makes turkey and roast lamb with a glazed. That sounds good. Turkey with roast lamb and glazed ham. I'm making Christmas cookies tomorrow in reindeer shapes. Oh, that's so awesome. I love Christmas cookies. Oh, I should eat more Christmas cookies. Then my belt will fit properly because it's too loose right now. But my favorite Christmas food is turkey. I love turkey with cranberries and some gravy. And Danie Botha is here. We've got him. Let's see. I'm going to welcome him into the chat. Is he coming? Is he coming? Is he coming? Here he comes. My dad designed the university in Bulawayo before I was born. Oh, really? That's cool. Oh, there we go. Oops, he took it off the camera. So give it a moment there, folks. Whoops, that's not Danie. That's somebody setting up for Danie. There's Danie. Waiting for his audio's connecting right now. All right, folks. Merry Christmas to everybody. Oh. You're watching Chris Wyatt Africa.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Christmas special with Jezelle at the moment. Marlies, my helper in Namibia, down there in the other corner. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Danie Botha, but I cannot hear him right now. It doesn't say he's on mute, so something's not quite right. We can see him. It's a lovely image.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Danie, a Merry Christmas.
Yes, and same to you, Chris. It's good to meet you, man.
It's a pleasure. By the way, thank you so much for your kind prayer for my mother. It was really special for her. I played it for her before her passing, and she was most grateful for it. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. The Bible says we must pray for each other.
Indeed. That was very kind of you. And she doesn't know you from Adam, but it was really special to her. So she was lucid and able to. So it was great, and I played that for her. So it was pretty awesome.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Yes.
So welcome to the stream. We still have Jezelle with us, and she's welcome to stay, but if she has to leave at some point, she's okay to do that. So Danie, we're just talking about Christmas, and I was sent a video to play, and we'll play that after you leave. We'll play that music because I understand it's you with some music. But do you have a favorite Christmas memory?
Do I have one?
Yes, I hope you do.
Yes, I have plenty. I have plenty of Christmas memories. As I was growing up in my house, every Christmas Eve, we had to sit around the Christmas tree and we were blessing each other. Ever since I was a small boy, we used to do this in our house. So that's the kindest memories that we've got as a family together, thinking about Jesus and what he's done on the cross for us. And the Lord is really faithful, and He's always at this time. It's such a time of joy in my heart. And I'm a musician and I'm singing all around the country. And every day, and every time I'm singing that song, Joy to the World, the Lord is come. I always think of this, the joy that Christmas is giving millions of people around the world, even Muslim people that hear the song, Joy to the World. They feel in their hearts that there's something else in this song. It's the joy of Jesus that they can feel in their spirits, because our spirits are made for Christ. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. If you've got Jesus in your heart, if Christmas has come in your heart, you've got the joy of the Lord. That's your strength in your heart.
Those are some awesome words that you mentioned there. Thank you, Danie, so much for that. And before I ask you another question, I want to mention something to both the ladies here to see if they've heard about it. But before I do that, just something from the chat. Mumu J, who is in Harare, says, Santa, I live in Mainway Meadows in First Gate. Ah, awesome. Awesome. And it says a cake's waiting for you outside the house. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And Mumu J wants to know how America is. Well, it's very cold in this part of America right now. We had lots of snow a few days ago. But America is a very big country, Mumu, and some people are living in sunshine like they are in Cape Town or in Swakopmund, except I'm talking about people in Florida and Texas and California where the water is actually warm. It's not cold, but it's warm in those places. But what I want to ask the ladies, there's a super chat. Let me take care of that. Elizabeth gave a super chat and says, could we get some donations for Santa's charity going? The year has been rough on everyone. Well, what I'm considering doing, Elizabeth, is next week I'm considering doing a charity show to raise money for Stepping Stones Latchkey Children's Program in Botswana, as well as Farmers Aid in South Africa. So we're going to look at doing that next week, Elizabeth. But thank you for that, and I'm gonna mention it. Maybe I can get some guests to come on to help raise some money for those two charities. Trying to do something because people forget about. They forget about other countries like Namibia and Botswana and Zimbabwe where the need is great as well. So I actually know and I'm affiliated with Stepping Stones, not in any official role, but I help build different centers for them using Department of Defense money so they can help children after school, HIV, AIDS, orphans, so they wouldn't be lost children. They'd actually have activities and prepare for life. So we'll look at doing that fundraiser next week, and that's something we'll try to do. Thank you for that idea, Elizabeth. So the question I want to ask the ladies is this. Have you heard that some people are actually talking about making Christmas, but taking the T out of the word Christmas? So it's just Christmas, not Christmas. Have you heard this? Have you heard about this, Jezelle or Marlies?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Yes, that's just crazy.
I have not, but if it happens, I will be very offended.
Yeah, exactly. And so, no, it's pretty crazy. I mean, there's just people talking about it. I mean, listen, we've mentioned briefly that Christmas is, of course, it is a religious holiday. We celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. But it is also a time of year in which before people were aware of Jesus and before he came around, that there were pagans who celebrated this time of year for different reasons. And then the Romans celebrated with Saturnalia. And then today, many secularists who are not Christian, who are not people of faith, celebrate Christmas for the secular portion of it. And that's all true. But the holiday Christmas is named after Jesus Christ. And so taking the T out of it is quite astonishing. And so on that note, I'd like to get Danie to weigh in here. I know it's a topic he's aware of. And Danie, you've heard about this. So what are your thoughts about this?
Well, it's no surprise to me that the devil is a liar and he will always try to take the name of Jesus out because the power is in the name of Jesus. Christ is the Christos, or the anointed Messiah. The moment you take the T out, it's like taking the cross out of the crucifixion. And without a cross, there cannot be any crucifixion. Without the T, there cannot be a Christmas, because it's not about Chris, any name that's named. It's about Christ, the anointed one. And the devil is very afraid of that name Christ, because nobody else on this planet is called the Christ. It's only Jesus that can be called the Christ, because he's in the office of the anointed one of God the Father. He's the only one who's got the seal of the Father, who's the Holy Spirit descended on him, and the Father said, "This is my beloved Son with whom I'm well pleased." The moment you take the T out of Christ, it's only Chris. And there's millions of people with that name, Chris. But they don't carry the anointing. They can never carry the anointing of Jesus Christ in the office of the Messiah, the Mashiach. And this is why the devil is well pleased to take the T out of Christ, because then he's just got an ordinary name with no power, no anointing. But let me tell you this, the devil thinks he's winning. But I can tell you this, Chris, I promise you this, God will not give his honor to anybody on this planet. And one of these days, they're going to see Jesus Christ coming with millions of his angels and his holy ones. And that shofar is going to blow, and Christ will descend from heaven with a shout of the archangel, with a trumpet of God. And then we who are alive and remain will be caught up together to meet Christ in the air. And then we will see how much tears they can take out, because then there is no more mercy coming down from heaven.
Wow, that's well said, Danie. I'm so glad we invited you to come on and share with us on this celebration for Christmas. So there's a couple questions in the chat, and you've just touched on something. So, of course, those who watch the channel know that my name is Chris, and I was actually born on the 25th of December, and so named after it. But of course, my name isn't with a T. It's not Christ, of course. That would be very presumptuous. So my name, as you said, millions of people are named Chris. It's just coincidental because that day, and just to recognize it and for people to remember it. But it's interesting that that you mentioned the power of taking the T out. It is very important. So there's a couple comments here from kids in the chat. Mumu says, Santa, am I in your book of people? Mumu, yes, of course you're in the book of people. Santa does keep track of everyone that's possible to keep track out there. And from Neil Jeffrey's account, this is Neil's child, Uncle Chris, would you rather have a Christmas in America where it snows, or would you rather be in South Africa where it's hot during Christmas? We're in Dubai, so our Christmas is always warm. Well, it's actually funny you should mention that. I've never been to Dubai, but I've spent Christmas in Saudi Arabia, and I can attest that it's quite warm for Christmas time. So, yes, I think the answer would be for Christmas is that, while I like the snow and I like the cold weather because it's associated with Christmas, but that's not really associated with Jesus. So for me, Christmas, while it's nice to be around the snow, I've been in Christmas in Southern Africa, in Botswana, in South Africa, and in other places in Africa during the where the season's very different. To me, I think the important thing is to be with your loved ones, the people you care about, so you can be around them, and then you can celebrate Jesus' birthday. And I think that's probably the most important thing about Christmas. Ladies, your thoughts on that? What do you think about that? What do you think about Christmas? Would you guys, you want the snow or you want to stay in Southern Africa?
I see the snow. I've never seen snow. I just want to see snow.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
All
again.
the time.
Well, there you have it, Danie. It looks like
At
the ladies
least
want to try out a white Christmas at least once.
Once.
Danie, have you ever been anywhere where it's been snowing for Christmas? Have you ever had that experience?
Yeah, I've been in, I think, where was I? I was in the snow somewhere in the world. I can't remember if it was New Zealand or America. Yeah, I was in Florida a long time ago with a revival there. I flew there and it was so cold. I couldn't believe my eyes how cold it is. I was shivering all over. No, give me the sunshine. Give me South Africa. I'd rather have Christmas here, but I want to have Christmas wherever the presence of Jesus is. Then you can put me anywhere in the world, because in His presence there's fullness of joy.
Well, I don't think anyone can say any better than that. But I must say this, to be honest, Danie, is that I always get a kick out of South Africans and Botswana and Namibians when wintertime comes and they're bundled up and they're big goats and everything. They're walking around and it's 16 degrees and I'm in shorts. I'm like, what's wrong with you people? It's not cold here. Of course, to be fair, when it's 40 degrees and I'm laying prostrate on the ground, dying of heat exhaustion, they look at me like, what's wrong with that oak? It's perfectly nice out here.
The thermostat is not working properly.
Exactly. It got stuck at 20. Oh, my goodness. So Shack Dweller says he's seen Danie perform many times and offers you a salute. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. That's brilliant. Thanks for sharing that. No, Danie's well known as a performer. He's very well known. Obviously a person of deep faith. And so we're very glad to have you on this stream, Danie. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you join us. So do you and your family do anything particularly special for Christmas that you wouldn't mind sharing with us? Is there something unique to your family or just a tradition that most folks or most Christians celebrate?
We just love to be together, have a nice meal, thank the Lord, and think about what He came to do for us. Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing, to be with my family as a unit, because where there's unity, God commands the blessing. And just have peace in our spirits and in our hearts, because we went through a rough year. Me as a performer, as evangelist, it was a scary year for me. But God was so faithful. He took me right through. And we are only celebrating it just to be together and thankful.
Oops, it looks like he's frozen there. Yeah, Danie's stream is frozen. Hopefully it'll come back. Maybe got hit by Escom or or a dead battery. But while we wait for Danie to come back, I got this from Neil Jeffrey's child. On Christmas, I'm always happy about the presents, but I love Christmas because I get to spend time with my family and friends, and I get reminded that it's Jesus' birthday. Well, that's very nice. And this coming in from, once again, Marlies was cold in summer in Potchefstroom. We were very nervous when she went to the Netherlands.
Why is she like this? I don't understand.
While Danie was off camera, her Marlies' sister keeps outing her with little family secrets here. So,
I was so kind to her all day long with hopes that this won't happen, and clearly it was for nothing.
But we're really enjoying it. So we enjoy the insight, and so it's almost like I have my own Julian Assange right there. She's sharing all the secrets.
But she doesn't do things like this. I don't get opportunities to do this to her, and then she's just like, I will forever fire at you.
Here's a little secret for you, Marlies. I've been interviewing lots of Namibians on my channel of late, and so if you'd like your sister to be interviewed so you can do this to her, I'll interview your sister.
Please, but we'll talk about this off camera.
Yes, we will. Okay, so Danie is back. I don't know if Escom struck or a flat battery or something, but Danie's back. You were cut off mid-sentence, Danie.
Yes, I don't know where I was cut off because I can't see. I've got the backside of my cell phone, and my daughter is operating, and she's bringing me a mirror so I can look in the mirror and see what's going on the other side. But wherever I was, we just have communion together, and we just fellowship and enjoy each other's presence. My son and my daughter and my wife together as a unit.
No, that's brilliant. Yeah, we were asking about if you had something, a special tradition or something that you guys do. It's interesting. I love how your daughter has figured out a workaround there. That's brilliant, using a mirror. I did something similar when I went to visit my mother in hospital in November. I was in the hotel, and I promised people I'd do a stream, and I had a very hard time with someone who called in for an interview. So what I did is I projected them back onto the laptop screen and then used a mirror to put. So it was, you make it work. You make it work. That's what you do. So well done. Well done. So your daughter is clever. She's sorted that all out. So do you have a particular, Danie, do you have a particular favorite Christmas carol or song that you like? I mean, some people like Silent Night. Others have a different. Now we heard Jezelle and her medley sing Silent Night in Afrikaans. That was so cool. Wasn't it Silent Night, Jezelle? Did you sing?
Yeah.
That was. I'd never heard it in Afrikaans before. That was a new one on me. So, but do you have a favorite Christmas carol or something that you really enjoy, Danie?
Yeah. Oh, Holy Night. That Celine Dion is singing it as well. But it's got a very special flavor for me when I listen to it, and I like the sound of the song in my heart.
Yeah, I know, it's quite a beautiful song. Those are the ones that strike me the most. I mean, those are the Christmas songs I remember from going to church when I was young, and we would sing Christmas carols at church as well, and also do caroling. It seems almost like a lost form. You don't see many people caroling these days anymore, but when I was younger, lots of people went Christmas caroling. And before puberty, I could actually sing quite well, but then puberty struck and it was all downhill from there. So, it was all downhill from there, but couldn't quite reach. Somebody said Ave Maria. It says Ron. That's a beautiful song. Yeah, but I could never quite get the high notes, and I didn't quite get the bass. So it didn't quite work out for me. Not that I would ever have an opportunity to be a singer, but definitely we learned pretty quickly at about age 14 that's it for me. So, from the chat here, we have another one here. It says, Uncle Chris, my favorite tradition on Christmas Eve is to listen and dance to our favorite and funny Christmas carols. My favorite Christmas carol is I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't know that one. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Do you know that?
No! I love it.
Can you give us a bar or two of it? I don't know it.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus will mind me too. No crocodile or rhinoceros. I only like hippopotamuses. And hippopotamuses like me too.
Wow. Okay. All right. Again, I don't know that one. That's one I haven't heard before. That's pretty good.
I've never heard it in my life.
Yeah. So but maybe Danie, we're just maybe a couple years removed from that one. That might be what the issue is.
Yeah. Well, these are two youngsters. I can't see them quite well, but I think Jezelle is quite a youngster to me, so maybe it's just a newer song. I've never heard it in my life.
Yeah, I know.
Either.
Oh,
You're
Marlies?
not alone.
It's very, very, very old.
It's very old and we've never heard it. Okay.
It's a very old song. Yes, I think it was recorded maybe in the 1950s or 40s. Yeah,
Really?
no. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
No, that's just after Noah. That's a very long time ago.
Wow, I clearly missed that one. That's not on any of my Christmas albums. It's not on my Perry Como album. It's not on my Luther Vandross album. It's not on any of those. My Frank Sinatra album. So I wonder who sang that. But anyway, wow. Anyway, wow, that's something else. So, I want to wish everybody that's here. Marlies and I are here for the continuation of the program. But before we lose either of you, either through technical problems or because you have to go, I do want to wish Danie, you and Jezelle and your family a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful season as we celebrate the birth of Christ and remember that Jesus died for our sins and he was born on Christmas Day. Trust me, I never forget because, of course, my nickname is Chris, born on Christmas Day. So I remember each and every year, so it's pretty easy for me to remember. But I always wonder for other people, I mean, Christmas is a big day, but how do people remember? I mean, people of faith, I think it's easy to remember because you remember baby Jesus. But I want to wish you guys the very best of Christmases and hope that 2021 is a year to remember and that we get past this year. It's been a very difficult year, as you said, Danie, for many folks, particularly for people of faith. It's been difficult as churches and congregations couldn't congregate. You weren't allowed to practice your faith together in many places because of concerns over the virus. And let's hope that goes away so we can all share and be together with those that we care about in 2021.
Yeah. No, thank you very much. And the same to you and the two ladies as well. May God bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you and lift up his countenance towards you and give you peace in the name of Jesus the Messiah. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Danie.
Dankie, Danie. Vir jou en Daleen en die kinders ook.
Thank you. Bye, donkey.
That's brilliant. Well, what I'd like to do is, Danie, I was sent a musical medley that you performed, and it was sent to me by Johan. I'd like to play that now. If you and Jezelle want or are able to stay, you're welcome to do that. But I'm going to take everybody off on camera and just ask those. Marlies can't go anywhere. She's Santa's helper. She's still helping. But ask everybody to put their microphone on mute while I play this music. It'll take me a moment to load it up. But so that's what I'm going to do for the next few minutes. I don't know how long it is. Jezelle, how long is the medley? Is it a minute, 10 minutes, or do we know? Does Johan know how long it is? Because I can't play it without making noise, and I don't want to disrupt the program.
My medley.
No. This is from
Danie.
Danie's. Yeah. Well, I assume that's from Danie.
Danie's song is about. It's one song, so it's about, let's say, 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. It's about 3 minutes. Okay, then I'm going to take everyone off camera and ask you to put your microphones on mute so that I can go ahead and play this. Okay. All right. So we're going to do that, folks.
Okay.
You guys will still hear me. Because I'm going to get it set up and keep. Okay, so all the cameras are off. Now, if everybody can put their microphones on mute as I set it up, because it's a little awkward, but when you don't have this stuff ahead of time, folks, this is what you have to do. So what I'm going to do now, this is a song from Danie, and we're going to get this in here very quickly. It'll come up in just a moment. Okay, I hear all mute except for me, so that's good. And, oh, here we go. This is Holy Trinity by Danie Botha. Okay, here we go, folks.
Holy Spirit, you touched my soul, you touched my spirit, and you made me whole. You are the light, the truth, the way, I trust in following you night and day. You are the Father, you are the Son, you are the Spirit, you're the Holy One. You are the Holy Trinity. I live through you, oh Lord, you live in me. Holy Spirit, you are the light, day and night. Holy Spirit, show me the way when I should carry on, when I should stay. You are the Father, you are the Son, you are the Spirit, you're the Holy One. You are the Holy Trinity. I live through you, oh Lord. You live in me, and you lift me up, and you give me strength, to live my life right through to the end. You are the Father, you are the Son, you are the Spirit, you're the Holy One. You are the Holy Trinity. I live through you, and you live in me. You are the Father, you are the Son, you are the Spirit, you're the Holy One. You are the Holy Trinity. I live through you, oh Lord, you live in me. You are the Father, you are the Son, you are the Spirit, you're the Holy One. You are the Holy Trinity. I live through you, and you live in me. I live through you, and you live in me. I live through you, oh Lord. You live in me.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hang on, folks. We're coming right back on, and we've got some surprises for you in store. Here we go. All right, folks, let me bring people back into the chat, and we have a new guest join us. It's Dean Chancy. He is the person who sings that famous song now, It Ain't Easy to Kill a Boar. So we've got a growing audience here. Let's get Jezelle back and Danie as well as Marlaise. Dean, welcome to you. Merry Christmas there in Texas. Can you hear me, Dean? Dean? Oops, is my microphone not working? Oh, okay. All right, sorry about that. There we go. There we go. Can you hear me, Dean?
I can hear you. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you. Sorry about that, folks. Let's welcome everybody back to the chat. We have another guest joining us. It's Dean Chancy, the gentleman who sings that song, It Ain't Easy to Kill a Boar. He's from Texas. He's a Texan through and through, and you can see that U.S. and Texas flag behind him there. So you're joining us. We have Marlaise, who's Santa's helper. She's from Namibia. There you go. She's waving to you now. Jezelle, who is off camera right now. Hopefully she'll be back in a second. And Danie Botha, whom we just listened to, an amazing song. Wow, that was awesome. Marlaise, what'd you think of that song? Did you get a chance to hear it on that side, or?
I did. Whenever we go off camera, I run to the room so that I can go watch what they're singing with my mom. It was a really, really good song.
Oh, it was amazing, wasn't it? I'm so excited now. Danie, that's so well done. Get your daughter to take you off mute. You're on mute right now. But that was unbelievable. There it is. Now we can hear you. Danie, thank you so much for that. That was quite a lovely addition to the program. Listening to that song was quite inspiring. Beautiful.
Thank you very much. It is my privilege and my pleasure.
It was fantastic. And now we just have Jezelle, who's hiding off camera right now. She might be back in a moment. But let's see. So there's a couple more comments before we talk a little bit more with Dean and welcome him to the channel. And we still have another guest that'll be joining us tonight, folks. And that's our secret surprise guest, and that's Irene Louise van Wyk. She'll be joining us shortly. She just sent me a note and said she's running a little bit late, which is fine. because we're running a little bit late, which is fine. So it says, I don't really like saying Happy Christmas, but first saying Merry Christmas, but I really like saying Happy Birthday because it's the birth of our Lord. Ah, that's well said. And there's Jezelle coming back now. And then Neil Jeffrey's child says, my mom plays the piano. Hey, Johan. And my sister Kayla plays, you're on mute, Jezelle. And my sister Kayla plays the drums, piano, guitar, and the saxophone. Wow. My brother's learning the bass guitar. We love music in our family. I have a new keyboard. Man, that's going to be a noisy house there at Neil's place. All those folks. And what else we got here? And the Vilmari says, yes, Danie, mini break from Danie. Wat sing het semai hier kom fosfat. Oh my goodness, that was terrible. I got that all wrong. So, welcome to the Merry Christmas program where Chris butchers Afrikaans. Maar ek praat nie Afrikaans nie, eh?
Oh, it sounds nice. Keep going, brother. Keep going.
We're trying. So, folks, let's welcome in Dean Chancy here. I don't know if everybody knows Dean. Dean is pretty well known in South Africa these days because he wrote this awesome song called "It Ain't Easy to Kill a Boar." Merry Christmas, Dean.
Merry Christmas. You know, I watched you all for a minute before I signed up here, and I knew I wasn't going to compete with you as Colonel Santa, and I knew I wasn't going to compete with the ladies or anyone else, so I just wore a T-shirt, you know, and a hat. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well, it's a tough
Merry Christmas to you too.
It's sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt Merry Christmas greetings, but it's a tough crowd there, Dean. I mean, I've really stacked the odds against you. We've got two very attractive ladies. We've got an amazing gospel singer. And, you know, I mean, this beard is hard to compete with there, Dean. So we really put you to disadvantage. But listen, my friend, you stand quite well on your own, and you're making a lot of contributions to help people get through a difficult time. And you've actually spent time in South Africa, and you have a lot of affinity with South Africans, especially the Afrikaners. Isn't that the case?
Yeah, I remember I told you last time that my first trip to South Africa, I went to Jan Kempdorp and put up a cotton ginnery. And when I went back again in February of this year, there was no more cotton ginnery, and everybody was growing pecans, but they call them pecanuts, I guess, and everybody's to pecanut trees now. But the same people were still just as wonderful as ever.
Well, that makes me, when you say that, I'm thinking of, you know, Yogi Bear, picnic basket. Hey, boo-boo, I'm gonna give me a picnic basket. That's what it sounds like. So, pecanuts.
You know, I can't speak Afrikaans at all. You know, can say good morning and buy a donkey and thank you, but you know, I can speak a little Spanish only because I was forced to learn it as a child. But you know, it took me one of the songs I have on the album that's called Ekesli for Yo. That only took me a month to learn how to say that. So yeah, I'm at a real disadvantage here with everyone.
It's not that hard.
At least you're trying. We appreciate it.
Oh, of course not.
Listen to Marlies. It's not that hard. Look, we've already had a conversation about Afrikaans and the G's. It's not fair to people. It's no wonder that there were Soweto riots in 1976. If I was forced to have to use that G, I'd be complaining too.
Well, it's a heavenly language. That's why it's so close to Hebrew with a. You see?
There we have the truth.
Point.
There you go.
Good point. All right. Well, this is...
They also roll their R's, and the same thing we do in Spanish. You know, ferrocarrilero.
Yep.
You know, so they roll their R's. So that was the only help I got, was rolling my R's, but that didn't help me very much.
Well, I don't mind that. I mean, like when Janssen van Rensburg comes on here, I'm comfortable doing that. That's easy for me to do. Shack Dweller says Afrikaans voted the sexiest accent in the world. Well, I will say this, and people watch. Giselle's all excited about it. Yeah. But okay. So we got to be clear about this. Remember, Jezelle, when I had just 187 subscribers back on May 8th, and we did your debut for your album, your concert, Phil and Mensa, and I had 32 people on my show, which I was very excited about, and 32 people, and they're all like, "She's not South African. Where is she from? She sounds Namibian."
Well, that's maybe because I am Namibian.
There you go. Heather Beauchamp says, now, Afrikaners are probably going to criticize me for that, but I mean, the name is French, Beauchamp, so you guys might say it's pronounced differently. It's like Deborah de la Fontaine. I said de la Fontaine. People are laughing because that's not how you pronounce it in Afrikaans, but that is the French pronunciation, and that's where the Huguenots came from. But so Heather Beauchamp says, "Hi, Chris. Hope you have a good Christmas and a great New Year, and God bless you." Well, thank you very much. And David Ranke's child says, "My dad went to the States and heard a South African say in the most Afrikaans accent, 'Check out the Cokes.' It's a really funny line." Okay, interesting. And Neil Jeffrey's child says, "My granny, Uncle Chris, used to sing to the soldiers leaving to war, and she sang a song, 'The Dolly with the Hole in Her Stocking.' She also sang to the soldiers that were wounded. She was an Army nurse." Oh, that's very sweet. Wow. Obviously talking about the border war there, I would imagine. But yes, wow. Having been a veteran of 36 and a half years in the Army and having served in combat, I really appreciate that. It's very kind of your granny to have done that for soldiers. Wow. So fortunately, none of us have to deal with war at the moment. That's really nice. No war going on. But it is Christmas. Dean, Christmas in Texas. It's almost like being in South Africa. You people don't have any snow. What's going on down there?
It's 72 degrees here today. So I don't know what that translates in Celsius, but it's it's very humid here in Houston. Our best time of the year is November, December, January, February, March. We have beautiful weather, like you would have a typical day in Joburg, just never quite as dry. But it's beautiful here in Houston. So we do have snow every 20 years.
Whether you want it or not, every 20 years you get it.
That's like Pretoria, South Africa.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. No, that's 20 years ago. It did snow in Pretoria because I was there. I drove from Durban in wearing shorts, of course, and drove to Pietermaritzburg. I topped off with petrol, and then I drove up by the Drakensberg. It started to snow, and all these people pulled over. I'm like, "What's wrong with you people? It's like this much snow. Relax. That's nothing." So they're all pulling off the road, and I went up through the pass, and up past the Drakensberg, over the Highveld. I got to Joburg. I got out of the car. There was about 2 inches of snow on the ground. I went to my hotel in Sandton City. I think it was a Holiday Inn Express or something like that. I walked in to the front door, and the gentleman at the desk, he looked at me and said, "Sir, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. What's wrong?" "It's snowing." I said, "Yeah, but you're wearing shorts." I said, "Yeah, I just came from Durban." So guys, here's another one. Back to the Afrikaans and the G's, okay? And it's also not fair because the Afrikaners take French names and German names and they turn them into Afrikaans. So, Ronel Gans, which is a correct way to pronounce it because it's a German name, Guns, as in everything, all. Ronel Gans, I thought I had to say it in Afrikaans, so for a while I kept saying Ronel Gans, which is not correct. Ronel Gans says, "Please ask Danie if he's touring and what his plans are." We've kind of touched on that with Jezelle. Do you have plans for touring, Danie, or do you have something on tap for this year?
Well, at the moment, with this COVID stuff all around us, I am just looking to the Lord and listening to what He's telling me. But I can give you a little secret. That's an all-time dream of me to go to Texas.
Ooh.
And I can't believe I've got a Texan on the telephone with me on the Zoom call. And I always think about the Stetson hats and the oil rigs because that's the thing in my mind if I think about Texas. But yes, who knows where the Lord will send me this year. That's coming.
Anytime, if you should come to Texas, you have a place to stay, so don't worry about that end of it. Come visit.
Praise the Lord for that, my brother. Thank you very much.
And I will assure you that Dean's place is COVID-free. We've checked it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're not too worried.
No, I'm not worried at all. My life is in the hands of the Lord, and wherever He sends me, it will be kosher.
Now, are you a pastor?
I am, yes. Evangelist pastor.
Yeah, my father was a missionary and a pastor, and my grandmother was an Assemblies of God pastor. So,
wow. Now there you go. You see, that's why I'm attracted to you and to Texas.
I was the black sheep of the family. I ran as fast as I could the other way, but you can't get away. You can't get away from the Lord.
Never. He's got your number. I promise you.
Yeah.
Neil says that I guess for his child's grand was with the Second World War. Okay, so not the border war. Okay. It's hard to judge when you don't see who you're talking to and ages trying to guess, but Second World War, and did that for the soldiers. Well, that's awesome. Vilmari says Namibian Afrikaans is more beautiful than South African Afrikaans. Ooh.
Truth.
It is on like junior rodeo on here.
No, she lives in South Africa most of the time, and first thing she complained about, she was like, they don't pronounce things correctly, and they're telling me that I am incorrect, but I know that I'm right, and it's a big difference.
Well, that's true. It's the same with English, though. I mean, I have to point out to people that when you go to South Africa, you have to pay attention. It's funny because right next door in Botswana, they speak English, which is different in many respects. So, for instance, in Botswana, people say traffic light, but not in South Africa. In South Africa, it's a robot. And so the first time I was driving in Johannesburg, I was driving down the street in a hire, and it's already one thing. I'm on the wrong side of the car with the wheel on the right-hand side. And so I'm on the wrong side of the car, and I'm driving, and I look down the road, and it's painted on the street. It says robot ahead. I'm like, R2-D2? Where? Where's R2-D2? It's not a robot. It's not fluent in human-cyborg relations. It's traffic lights. And of course, in parts of Johannesburg, like Hillbrow, there's no point having traffic lights because nobody stops. It's not safe. You just keep moving. So Danie, in your career, you've traveled around a bit. Where are some of the more interesting places around the world you've had a chance to perform?
Well, some of the most interesting places is in South Africa, actually on the Namibian side, in Swakopmund and Walvis Bay and Lüderitz. I've been all around those little small diamond little towns. And you get some interesting people when you get there, because it's very hard people in the Kalahari as well, there where the lions and the elephants are. You get some farmers there that's really, they've got good hearts, but they are hardworking, and they take everything as it is, and they live from the field and from the bush. And that's the most interesting times I had around the fire, praising God under the stars with my guitar. And then you're really getting close to the Lord, because there's nothing else that can distract your attention except for the stars and the little flames that's in front of you and your brothers around you that loves the Lord. And they are so thankful for the smallest little things. And that taught me a lot about life, to be, what's the word, content, to be thankful for what you've got and to be happy with what you've got. Happiness is not something that somebody can give you. It's something inside, because the joy of the Lord is inside of you.
No, that's beautiful. You know, when you say that, when you start talking about that image, Hardical comes to mind. I'm thinking of those blokes singing around a fire. Beautiful song. It's wonderful. It's one of my favorite songs. That's awesome. I've never been to Lüderitz. It's quite out there and isolated, but I can imagine that must be a pretty amazing place. We won't ask if you found any diamonds while you're out there, because that's a Sperrgebiet, and it's so you're not supposed to do that. So we won't ask you that question, Danie. But Dean, let me ask you: have you sang at some interesting venues or places around the world, or just in Texas and in South Africa?
Since some of the folks, well, maybe Danie will remember the show called Sounds Country.
Yes, I know it. I remember it.
Okay, so that's how old I am. So I was over there. When Sounds Country was on, and somebody heard about me singing. I had actually had I had hit a roadblock in my life. We just say it that way. And so I said, "Oh, I'll go to South Africa," and so I went to South Africa, and I stayed over there for a year. And someone heard me singing, and I had written a song called "God Bless the RSA," and so they put me on Sounds Country, and so that was probably the most interesting place I've sang. But I'm not a singer by trade. I'm not a singer that I make a living out of. I'm just some guy that tries to work, with the people that God's given me to work with, and I have about 9 employees here that I work with. They've been my friends for years, and I just work. And I just got really pissed off when I heard the song, or when I heard Zuma singing "Kill the Boer," and so I just wrote a song, and the Lord took it from there. But I guess I'm a songwriter. I've been writing songs. I really don't think of myself as a musician or a singer, but that's so. Some of the most interesting places I've sang are just someone's backyard, but probably South Africa has been the most interesting places that I think I've sang, because I don't do it for a living. And so when I was over last time, I would just sing at braais and things like that, And that's who I wrote the song.
That's
Anyway,
pretty
so
awesome.
that's
Thanks for sharing that. That's but I, look, you're a heck of a lot more of a musician than I'll ever be. That's for sure. But it's pretty cool that it's interesting when you ask people who perform songs or where they perform. Sometimes the things that are the most memorable. We just heard Danie talk about Luderitz. I mean, who would put Luderitz on their map of a great place to perform? That's pretty awesome to hear that. And then of course Dean just said quite humbly, yeah, somebody's backyard. That's what matters. I saw this video of Monty Jackson. He was at some fair or something. I'm not sure what it was. And this young person or short person or something like that wanted to sing with him, and they put this person up on his shoulders, and it was an amazing performance. And I suspect that's probably, it looks like Jezelle's seen that before. That was pretty amazing, and that kind of sticks with me. Jezelle, do you know anything about that video that I'm talking about?
Yes, I forgot the little guy's name, and it is so sad. He passed away.
Oh, shame. I didn't know that.
Yeah, just a while ago. Yeah. What was his name? You want help? But yeah, I actually met him, and such a great little guy. Yeah. But I know about that video. He used to tour with Marnie a lot.
Oh, I didn't know that, but I saw that video, and that's just, to me, I would think, now I haven't asked Monty about that video, but I suspect that's probably something he remembers and treasures. I mean, it was pretty cool, that just this kind of impromptu sort of thing. So Jezelle, okay, so you were supposed to have this massive international tour to South Africa, Namibia, and of course, the United States of America. And of course, Wuhan coronavirus, COVID-19 just kind of put the kibosh on that. So for you, and I almost know the answer. She's going to say Swakopmund, but so for you, or maybe Malta Hure, but for you, is there a special place you perform or that just kind of stands out where you really enjoy going, or something was fascinating?
Sorry, Johan just interrupted me. Can you just repeat that?
Johan, he's always interrupting.
Johan.
Ach, Johan, geh mal weg. Wir sind bereit, jetzt beschäftigt hier. Halt's Maul, sei ruhig. Ruhig, Johann, ruhig. Anyway, no, but seriously, no, I was saying that, so I'm almost afraid to ask because I know the answer is going to be either Swakopmund or Malta Hure, places that are really special for you to perform that you've done, or maybe a performance that stands out was a lot of fun. I saw a video, I think it was a pirated video of you performing with Steve Hofmeyer one time. That looked kind of cool. I don't know if that's one of your favorite performances or not, but do you have a favorite performance and a favorite place that really stands out? For Danie, he's mentioned Luderitz, which is kind of cool. I'm going to be thinking about Luderitz a lot now over the holidays. And then Dean just said somebody's backyard. So I'm thinking of Dean at a braai just singing. That's kind of cool. What about yourself?
Well, obviously, Swakopmund is one of my favorites. But I don't know if you know this place in Namibia. There's this small little town called Kogas.
Yeah.
Oh.
And yes. And I performed there once. But that was such a small place, yeah. So that was kind of weird for me, but interesting places and wonderful people.
Okay, cool. Now, I have to jump in here because I can't keep letting this slide by. We have a decent-sized audience, and of course, it's much larger than it appears because a lot of people have their kids and grandkids, so it's probably about 4 or 5 times the size we actually see for viewers right now. But apparently, my numbers with Namibian viewership are keeping up, or they're surging today, because a lot of these comments here say, Fush Vessels says, "Hi, Marlies. We're beyond proud of you. Vilmari asked us to say hi, so here it comes. Hi." And then we've got, who else? So Neil Jeffrey's child says, "Do you know what's funny is that how my granny met my grandpa? My grandpa was wounded and my granny was his nurse, and that's how they fell in love." I suspect that's a common theme back in the Second World War, but thank you for sharing that. Ruben Dutoy says, "Hi, Marlies. We're proud of you and your sister. Said we need to come and say hi." Look at this. Oh, my goodness. So, Marlies, you've been no help to me at drawing an audience. I have to get Vilmari involved here so we can get more Namibian subscribers. Apparently, that's where they're all coming from.
I know I complain a lot, like she's attacking me, but she is the #1 support system every single time.
And then Shannon Rowland says, "Love you, Marlies." Well, we're going to turn this into the Marlies program here in a second. Lots of love for Marlies. This is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new guest popping on here, and I can't hear her microphone yet, but Irene Louise van Wyk is joining us.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. It's like you're right next to me. Wow, welcome.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
I'm brilliant. So let me just help you out with who's here. We have on the upper left hand, it's kind of like the Hollywood Squares right now, or we're playing, we've got, or the Brady Bunch, one of the two. But in the upper left hand quadrant there is Dean Chancy. He's a Texan who sings that song, It Ain't Easy to Kill a Boar. And then there's me, of course, Colonel Chris Wyatt, in the role of Santa Claus today. And to my right is Marlies, who is from Namibia. And then down the bottom left-hand side, some faces you might recognize a little bit better. That is Danie Botha. And then in the center is Jezelle. And then, of course, we have in the bottom corner there, who's just joined us, Irene Louise van Wyk. Welcome to you, Irene Louise.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
No, it's my pleasure. But we have to tell a little secret here, okay? We have to let people know this. Okay, so Irene Louise was just asked to join the program today. And look at this. Here she is right there. Wow. Talk about awesome and a commitment. I have been trying to get a certain other artist on my program for like 8 months. That artist shall go unnamed. And yes, it's a lady. But anyway, we'll leave it off the chart there. Anyway, but and look at this. Irene Louise is on the channel the very same day we ask. How awesome is that? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we were just talking about Christmas performances and memories and such. So let me get you in here very quickly with, do you have a place that's particularly special for you where you've done a performance and sang at, either because it was the ambiance or the location? Now, it was interesting. Danie Botha said that Luderitz stands out for him. That's a very small place. Dean Chancy said basically singing in a braai is kind of special for him. And, of course, Jezelle said that Swakopmund stands out for her. She mentioned somewhere else, but we knew that was going to happen. What about yourself?
So I've never actually performed on Christmas Day or anywhere near Christmas, but I think if there is a place that holds a very special place in my heart for Christmas is actually Iceland. My husband and I actually got engaged in Iceland, and we went around Christmas time, and it was absolutely magical. So whenever this time of year comes around again, I always just think about Christmas and about Iceland and how amazing that trip was. It was, I can't even put it into words. Like, if I ever tell anyone to go anywhere for Christmas, it's Iceland, because it literally feels like, it's kind of like you're in the North Pole, because they take Christmas so seriously there. With like every single house has Christmas lights. They've got the Yule Lads stories, and they've got little Yule Lads all around Reykjavik, and it's the most amazing place ever. So hopefully this will become a new memory for me just before Christmas, but I've actually never just performed on Christmas. So if I think about something like that, I do think of Iceland.
No, that's interesting. So I've been to Iceland. It's an amazing place. It's, of course,
I'd love to go in the summer.
I had the misfortune of going when the currency was still worth something before they had the banking crisis. I should have gone after the banking crisis. It would have been much more affordable, but I did go there. So I do have to ask this question for you, Irene Louise, and I don't mean to get you in a little bit of trouble here, but I hope that your husband is not Icelandic and involved in the fish rot scandal in Namibia. I'm just, since we have a couple of Namibians on the program, they might tell on you. I'm just sharing that very quickly. So.
No, he's not.
Okay. But,
it was different. It was very magical. It's such an amazing place.
Yeah, no, it is quite. So when did you go there, if you don't mind sharing that?
About 3 years ago.
Okay.
3 years ago, we were there, I think, for about 4 or 5 days. I'm not sure. We actually were quite lucky to see the Northern Lights. It was, however, inside a bus on the way to the airport. But we were lucky enough to see the Northern Lights, and that's all. Like, they always say you must never look for the Northern Lights, because if you look for them, you're not going to see them. And we were just so fortunate to just get a glimpse of it.
Well, I think it's a fair point. I 2 nights ago, was waiting for the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter. And in the nights leading up to it, the sky was perfectly clear, which meant that there was nothing trapping the heat. So it was very cold for me to go out in the evening, because I exercise in shorts. And every night I'd see it, I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. Can't wait till Monday night. And guess what? Monday night, cloud cover. Couldn't see anything at all. Nothing at all. Yeah, so the conjunction was missed completely. So when you go looking for it, it's not there, like the Northern Lights, like you said.
Even the tour guy said you must never go looking out for it, because you're going to be very disappointed. You must never go to Iceland or Norway or wherever just to see Northern Lights, because there is obviously a very big chance that you will miss it and you will end up being disappointed.
So we have very different types of music genres here, and we've got gospel, we've got country, we've got kind of pop with musicians here on the show right now, and we've also got so Jezelle sings kind of pop and she sings country. Dean is a country guy, and Danie's kind of a gospel guy. You do more of a pop music, is that true?
Yes, I like to call it a tongue-in-cheek pop music. My music, I think. The whole vibe of my music is just to put people in a good mood, and if they're having a bad day, just make their day good again. So feel good music, pop.
Yep. Now your mom was a pretty famous gospel singer, if I recall, correct?
Yeah, she was actually a bit of a lot of things. My mom was actually such a rock chick. My mom loved rock music.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And just before she passed away, she actually did the gospel album, which was amazing, because my mom wasn't like really a songwriter. She would write a song here and there, and she literally wrote her entire gospel album in one evening. So it just shows you what a big child of God my mom was. And the people love the gospel stuff, and it's beautiful.
Now, did anyone else here ever get a chance to hear any of Irene's gospel music? Danie or anyone else? Have you heard her songs?
No, I never heard it.
Shame. Anybody else get a chance to hear it? Other than Irene Louise.
I was actually a very, very big fan of Irene.
Okay, excellent. That's good to hear. Yeah, no, it's interesting. So is your whole family kind of musical? I think your dad's like a music promoter or something like that, and your mom was a musician.
So my father is retired now, however, but he is still helping me with my stuff. And my brother is also in the music industry. He looks after a lot of other artists, including myself as well. But yeah, my dad's retired, so he doesn't really want to be in the music industry anymore. He's literally just in it because of me. And yeah, obviously my mom was a singer, so whole music, the whole family, which is amazing.
No, it's interesting because, a number of Afrikaans performers, that seems to be the theme. I mean, we look at the Duplessis family with Juanita and Ruan Josh and Franja, just amazing. And what I like about them is that when they sing together, they're all really good by themselves. When they sing together, I really, really enjoy those guys singing together. And of course, once again, Namibians.
Exactly. I love Namibia. I really, really do. My first time going there wasn't great. I just didn't have just bad luck followed me everywhere. But going back, it's actually one of my favorite places to go and visit when I'm on tour or when I am doing shows. Absolutely love it.
Shactwell was asking who was Irene's mom. Irene's mom was Irene van Wyk. She was a music performer. If you don't mind sharing, if it's not too painful, Irene Louise, can you tell us a little bit about your mom, since people don't all know who she was?
No, of course. I actually love speaking about my mom because it keeps her memory alive, which is amazing for me when I do shows and stuff. A lot of the people that listen to my music don't generally know who my mom was, but their parents do. So that's quite nice for me because it just keeps my mom's memory alive. So my mother actually started off in a band called Chess a very, very long time ago, and she started singing with Steve Hofmeyer. She started touring with him, and that's where most people actually got to know my mom. My mom could do such a good Tina Turner I cannot speak impersonation. She was amazing with singing Tina Turner, so a lot of people remember her for that, and then obviously a few of her other albums, and then the gospel CD.
That's pretty awesome. So what I want to do, ask very quickly with Danie, so we that's a bit where your mom comes from. And we know why Dean is inspired, what gets him music. But in Danie's case, you sing gospel. But what got you into singing? Was it a musical family in the past, or is it your faith that brought you into it? What got you into performing as a musician there, Danie?
I started singing secular songs for approximately 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Lord called me one morning, 5 o'clock. He woke me up after I got converted and born again, 1993. And then I didn't have a choice because the Lord, he just said to me, now you're going to sing for me and you're going to sing about my name. And I thought at first, well, what's the big deal to sing his name, until I started doing it. Then I realized Jesus said, he who's not for me is against me. He who does not gather scatters.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized very soon that if you sing the name of Jesus and you sing it in the Holy Spirit, then trouble is coming every time. But also freedom is coming to those who receive whatever the Holy Spirit is giving to them through me.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So, Jezelle, you got into music. I'm not sure why. You're a Boermeisie. Well, when you're doing, should you be herding the cattle out there or directing operations on the farm out in Rudolph? But you did have a friend, your best mate, who actually wound up marrying a kind of famous oak who's a musician. And who might that be? Could you tell us and then tell us why you got into music?
Kind of famous.
Yeah, he's kind of famous. What's his name? Adam something?
Adam who? Yeah, Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sad. I haven't met him. I really want to meet him one day.
Well, I suspect
Well,
I've
when
been.
you do meet him, you can always invite me as well. Thank
there
you.
you go. I was going to say, and Marlise
Do
says
that.
you can add Marlise to that queue too. But I suspect that I've probably been closer to Adam Levine than you have because I've been to a Maroon 5 concert.
Oh, would love to. I love Maroon 5. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I only receive all these messages, photos, and videos of Adam and the kids and so on, but never met him.
We'll have to
Why
work
don't you
on
just
that.
video call? Like, hey, you guys.
Do that? Yes, I know. Do that.
Well, it can be a group video call. I'm always available.
And you'll be included.
Everybody's horning in on your meeting Adam Levine. I love it. It's brilliant. Danie, why don't you jump on too? You can meet Adam Levine as well.
I actually missed whatever you said now because the phone cut out. So I just hear you laughing.
We were just talking about when Jezelle grew up, her best mate in Rudolph was lovely. Her name is Beate, is it not? Jezelle?
Yeah.
Beate.
Prinsloo.
And Beate Prinsloo. Sorry, whenever I hear Prinsloo, I always think of Sandra Prinsloo and The Gods Must Be Crazy. That's where my head goes every time I hear Prinsloo. But so they were best mates growing up, and then she became a Victoria's Secret runway model, and she wound up marrying this guy's mildly famous. I mean, most people never heard of him. He's in this small band called Maroon 5. His name is Adam Levine. But we were talking about that. So Irene Louise and Marlise want to be part of a video call whenever Jezelle finally meets him online. That's what we're talking about. So we're trying to we're drag you into it as well, Danie, and maybe even get Dean in there too, so he can meet Adam Levine. But Jezelle, what got you into singing? And then before you answer that question, because Irene Louise mentioned Steve Hofmeyer, I actually have a personal note that Steve sent me because he couldn't be on the program tonight, and I'll play that after you tell us what got you into singing, Jezelle.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it's in my DNA. I grew up with music and all the instruments and sound equipment, and it was just always a part of me, of my life. So I can't remember a day when I decided that that's what I want to do. It was just kind of obvious.
What you wanted to do.
Okay, cool. Well, that makes sense. All right, I'm going to play this. This is a personal note that Steve Hofmeyer sent me earlier because he couldn't be on the program. So just so you guys can hear this. Oops, hang on. I got to turn the volume up. It's too low. I had to turn down because I had earpiece in. Here we go.
My dear friend, I know you've sent that message to a lot of people, but I want to be one of those who answer you and say thank you. Thank you for being a light in the darkness when we were all slightly dumbfounded by COVID. Thanks for lovely conversations when we had no power. It was an honor speaking to you. Thank you for your love and passion for South Africa. And Merry Christmas and an absolute wonderful 2021. Cheers.
I think the message got cut a little bit short. Whoops. Hang on a second there. I think the message got cut a little bit short there because his little one was in the background there, kind of vying for his attention. But anyway, that's from Steve Hofmeyer for the audience, folks. It was kind of him to send that voice message in since he couldn't be on the program. Steve was on my program earlier this year and invited him on for an hour. And at 2 hours, I finally had to say, oh, okay, listen, Steve, we got to let you go here. Your agent's never going to let me get you on again. So we had a 2-hour stream in which we talked about military service and his time in the SADF and my time in the Army. And he was very respectful because he was just a young enlisted soldier, and I retired as a colonel. So we had to maintain that military discipline on that stream. So it was pretty good. But anyway, so that's from Steve Hofmeyer, folks. Anyway, so hey, Dean, what about yourself, man? Did you ever get a chance to serve in uniform, or did you serve in uniform?
Yeah, I was. I couldn't run away from home when I was 12, so I ran away from home when I was 17, and joined the Army. Yeah, and I had an uncle that had been a paratrooper, so I wanted to be a paratrooper too. So that's what I did for 3 years, so.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's interesting, being a paratrooper. Listen, Jezelle is not a paratrooper, but she, like you, foolishly jumped out of a perfectly functioning aircraft.
I saw that video.
I'm kind of choked up talking about it.
You did.
Yeah, no, she jumps out of a perfectly fine aircraft. What is that all about? What inspires you people to jump out of a plane that's working? Look, it's El Jezelle makes an appearance. Merry Christmas, El Jezelle.
On my end, ever wanted. Oh, look how pretty she is as a beautiful baby. Hey, sweetie, look at her.
By the way, this is not El Jezelle's world debut. She's been on the program several times, but she was like half that size last time.
Wow.
Now everything stops.
Everything stops.
Put a cute baby on the screen and everything stops. Everybody just stares, and there you go.
The focus has moved.
Now, Shack Dweller, Irene Louise, Shack Dweller says that his mom and dad know your mom's music very well. They're big fans. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks.
And Peter Crutchley is an Afrikaner who's in in New Zealand these days, says, without Christ, there can be no Christmas. Blessings to all in the name of Jesus. Civilization is in the sorry state that it is due to the rejection of Christ and associated values. Wow. I think a lot of people probably agree with that, Peter. I cut somebody off. Was that you, Dean, or was it Danie? I didn't hear.
I had a question, Santa. When I was young, I said that I never sang, but I did. I sang in church all the time, like probably most of the folks. And we also on Christmas would go around to different houses and we would sing Christmas carols outside the house. So I don't know if everybody can hear if everybody sung, like if the ladies, I don't know what the popular Christmas carols in South Africa that everybody knows, but maybe the ladies could pick a song and sing it. We could all sing along with them and the audience could sing along too. I mean, I'm not trying to steal the show, Colonel, but could everybody hear everybody do that?
Well, I did actually think of a song to do because of the whole Christmas, and one of my favorite songs ever was actually sang by Karen Zoet at my mom's funeral. So it's actually a very emotional song for me, but I think such a beautiful song, which is Hallelujah. And I know we all do know Hallelujah.
Oh, well, Colonel, what do you think?
Well, I don't want to put people on the spot, but I will say this. If, in fact, people do sing Hallelujah, my microphone will go silent, and I'll just kind of sing along so I don't scare people in the background. But maybe
everybody should be able to sing. Singing is something everybody
El Jezelle is making faces at the camera like this. She's like, what is this? What am I looking
at
here?
What is this tree over here?
That's funny. Are you folks up for that? I mean, I don't want to put anybody on the spot here. It sounds like Irene Louise and Dean are up for it, but I don't want to put.
No, just an accompaniment with everybody else. It was my idea for the ladies to sing, and I would mumble in there occasionally.
Oh.
I'll mute my mic.
Yeah, Marlaise and I are in the same boat here.
We can only do the first two verses because the song is quite long. It's a 4-minute song. So I think the first two verses, I think, are also the ones that people know the best.
Okay. Well, the ladies, Danie, I don't know if you can join in or if you'd like to join in on that. I'm not sure how that goes. I'm not a music producer, so I don't want to cause a chaos or crisis here or put anybody on the spot. But I guess, Jezelle, it looks like you're getting recruited whether you want to or not here. So it's not just...
I think I'm going to have to say goodbye.
Yeah. Look at that. Now the audience, now we're losing all our musicians. Anyway, look at El Jezelle. She looks, I don't know if she's tired or she's what, but she looked very active a moment ago. Now she looks tired. By the way, that's an interesting way. That's an interesting way to carry a child. I've seen children carried in many fashions in Africa, but never like that before.
No, she's actually giving me a hug.
That's very sweet.
A face hug.
A face
hug of the best.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. And Merry Christmas to all of you. And may you have a wonderful, prosperous New Year.
All right. Thank you very much. And thanks for sticking with us as long as you have. Jezelle, you've been with us since the first half hour of the program. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas to you and Johan and El Jezelle and your mother-in-law. As she spends Christmas with you guys this year.
Thank you very much.
And also to your family, to your dad, who's still recovering but doing well. So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, folks, that's Jezelle and El Jezelle, who will no doubt be the next generation. We've heard her singing on occasion in the background. She actually, at that age, sings better than I do today. So we'll have to admit that. Okay. You can see Johan's hand trying to turn the camera off. It's still on, Johan. We can still see the tree. We can still see the tree.
We can still see you.
Yeah, we can see you. Okay, there you go. I'll turn the camera off, but they're still there. Anyway, well, so Marlaise, we were going to read a bunch of stories, and we've had these guests for so long, we haven't really gotten to but a couple of them. So I don't think that's disappointing. Maybe I can read some of them on Christmas Day for folks. So we did read that letter from Samuel Clemens, and which you read. Which one did you read? You read the earlier. You read the. What was that?
The Little Match Girl.
The Little Match Girl. That's right. That was quite a lovely story. You like that one, don't you? It's personally, it's a favorite of yours.
Did.
Yeah, it's quite lovely. And your sister.
My sister.
Yeah, your sister wants you to read that too. Okay.
Yeah, when we were little, she really wanted a book, and out of all the books, I picked the one that is about the Little Match Girl, and she cried so much at the end. I'll never forget it.
Is your sister?
So it is one of her.
Is she younger or older than you?
She's older than me.
And she cried. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. There you go. So, folks, let's see. Danie, you've been with us quite a while, too. I want to thank you for joining us. I don't want to chase you out of the stream there, but if you have to run, you're welcome to stay or welcome to go. We're going to go probably for about 25 more minutes max here for the program. And I do want to, before you disappear, because Jezelle had to go there pretty quickly, I want to thank you immensely and so much, not just for coming on the program tonight. It's very kind of you. Really appreciate it. Also for the video, which we got to play, which was so inspiring. But also, once again, for the prayer, the video prayer that you sent me before my mother's passing. That was so very kind. And as I said, I got to play that for my mother, and she really appreciated it. She was still lucid and cognizant at that point, and she pretty much was up to the end. But she really was grateful for that. So thank you so much for everything, Danie.
You're welcome, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody who can hear me, especially the Namibians as well. I love that country, it's my people, and everybody else, and you and Dean. God bless you, and I hope I see you in Texas one day. God bless you.
Look forward to meeting.
I look forward. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Danie. Thank you very much. What's that, Dean?
I just said, look forward to meeting him. I was just trying to get the girls to sing a Christmas carol. That was all. I didn't mean to try to take.
You made us all leave.
No.
Everyone's leaving.
It's just coincidental. We're not going anywhere. Irene Louise just got here. We're not letting her go yet. Look, I mean, I paid her absolutely nothing to be here, and I'm going to get my money's worth.
Exactly. And it also gives me a chance to just get dressed up a little bit. You can obviously only see this half, but I'm in pajamas under this, so I never get a chance to actually just look like this. So I'm getting something out of this as well, because I get to dress up and look all festive.
No, it's
because
brilliant.
I'm definitely not going to look like this on Christmas Day.
I'm almost half expecting Neil Diamond to come around the corner with that jacket you've got on there. They come to America.
I just thought this was the perfect jacket for Christmas because it's gold and it's just sparkly, and I love anything sparkly.
No, it's awesome. What'd you say, Sam? Marlies, did you say Sam?
If it sparkles, I want it.
If it sparkles and it's pink.
And then I need it.
That's
It's
three
a
people.
necessity.
That's three people in the stream who like pink.
No. Let me rephrase. I don't like pink.
No.
I'm obsessed with pink.
Oh, you're obsessed with pink.
Everyone in everything is pink. Everything that I own is pink.
Well, I would have to say that her
If
music
I
is...
ever buy toiletries, the toiletries have to be pink. It's weird. It's a weird obsession.
I would say that her music is decent. Pink.
Yeah, I love pink. Pink is
I love her too.
So that's good.
Unfortunately, Tian asks if we can pose for Danie to do a prayer, and I let Danie go too quickly. So my apologies for that. But sorry about that, Tian. Yeah, I got distracted trying to host the program, and I should have thought of that before he left. But that. So yeah, no, it's pink's pretty cool. Now, Marlies, you've got kind of like red earrings on, those Christmas bulbs. They're not pink.
These are Christmas decorations just hanging from my ears.
Yeah, exactly.
I also decided to wear some Christmas earrings.
Yeah. Is that like a little moose?
Yeah, it's like a little reindeer.
Oh,
moose.
reindeer. Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I don't know. It's probably a moose. I'm not sure.
It's pretty cool though.
But it's Christmas earrings, I guess. So
there you go. Yeah, but Marlies, you and I have been on here for 2 hours and 40 minutes so far on this stream. We did tell people go 2 or 3 hours. So now your sister is just divulging all kinds of secrets here, Marlies. Vilmari says Marlies is a glitter slatey. What's a slatey? What's that? What is that?
I will not translate this to you, but it just means I like glitter a lot.
I hope that's not what that word. I think that word means now after I've read it. We'll leave it alone at that.
Just let it go. It's fine.
I think so. And it's probably best that I mispronounced it. It's probably best that I mispronounced it. So
best, yes, definitely best.
We'll leave it at that. So yeah, maar ek praat nie Afrikaans nie, and we'll just leave it at that. Okay. Anyway, but so you guys do like glitter. Dean, what is your favorite thing at Christmas time? I mean, what do you really get excited about in the Christmas season?
I like to give people presents. I mean, I don't really care if I get something, but I really enjoy giving something,
Same.
And, yeah. And I think that's what Christmas, especially as we get, I think, older, you pretty well, really enjoy giving stuff. See your kids' face light up. I mean, there's nothing like that. And your friends, especially your children. I think, Christmas is 100 times more fun when you have children, because they're just crazy, and so they get so excited about so many things. And, I like that verse in the Bible says, Jesus told them to suffer the little children to come to me, so he wants us to be like children. And sometimes it's hard. I think we take things so serious. But I think Christmas is the wonderful time of the year to realize that we're all God's children. We can be like children. He doesn't care. He likes us more when we're children, I think. Now, Christmas is a wonderful time, I think, for that, for giving and just realizing that we're all children when the Lord looks at us, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm actually a very good gift giver. I have a pretty good track record of picking gifts that people don't even know that they want or need, and they get it and like, oh, it's exactly what I needed. I have a really good history of that.
Get my address? Santa didn't give you my address.
Well, Dean, I'm a little short on cash this year for Ford F-150 pickup trucks. If that's what you're looking for Christmas. It's been a salty cracks here this year with the Wuhan coronavirus COVID-19. So no Ford F-150 Buckies in anybody's basket this year. So what about you, Irene Louise? What's the thing that you get most excited about Christmas?
I think it's changed a little bit. Like he says now with kids, I only have one. My daughter is 1 year and 3 months old. So she is still very small, but like Christmas movies, starting our own Christmas tradition. Last year, my husband and I started the Christmas tradition of baking cookies together. I am horrible in a kitchen, so I can at least bake cookies, which is good. And yeah, to make some Christmas cookies and just to watch Christmas movies the whole day, and stay in pajamas, which obviously I already mentioned I love. So I think this year I'm just really excited because my daughter is a little bit older. Last year she couldn't even sit up properly, and this year she's doesn't want to sit still. I think it's going to be a lot of fun seeing her open her present and seeing her play with her present. Actually, with last year, she just lay there, didn't really know what was happening. So this year, I'm excited to do something for the three of us. But thinking about it now, I don't even know what I did before my daughter was born. I guess I always looked forward to the Christmas lunch or dinner, and just being with family. And now it's amazing because I've got a family of my own. So, and get to start new Christmas traditions and just be together for Christmas.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, the cookie baking thing is pretty awesome. That's a nice tradition to have, especially if they're edible, as you say. You can bake cookies, so that's good news. So, Marlies, what do you get excited about at Christmas? What's the coolest thing for you, other than getting a chance to wear a Christmas tree on your head?
Oh, that's definitely, as you can see, that's definitely a thing now. But I think today we wrapped some gifts, and my mom said, she was like, this is her favorite part of Christmas, wrapping gifts. Not even the giving, just wrapping gifts. And I'm like, I do understand. It's so jolly, I guess.
There's just something about wrapping a gift.
It is.
I don't know.
It's just,
Just
the
for any
wrapping is just
occasion,
better. Christmas wrapping is the best. And everyone just sits there and you're like, hush, hush, because no one can know what they're getting. And they do know what they're getting, but it's fine. And
I'm
like,
horrible with keeping a secret with giving
my
gifts.
sister as well. If she
I wanna
buys you
give it
something,
immediately.
her first thing she does, she's like, guess what I bought? Guess what I bought.
Can I give it to you now? Christmas is only in a week. I know. I want to give it now. It's just so exciting. I agree.
All right, so here's the real question, okay? Now, when it comes to gifts, okay, are you the person that keeps everybody waiting, slowly opening it up so you don't damage the wrapping paper, or spending 10 minutes, or are you like...
No, that's like, I don't even look at the wrapping paper except if it's pink, but I just rip it open as fast as I can to see what's inside. 100%.
Dean, what about you? Remember, there's no F-150 in your parking lot this winter, so that they take a lot to wrap that.
Yeah, well, I'm not a, I envy people like you, Colonel Santa, because just looking, you're organized. It's almost like anal retentive. You got this there, and you got that there, and you got that there. I just tear the wrapping off, and I'm just very kind of unorganized in my life. So it can, I do care about what I get, but I care more about giving. But the wrapping paper, no, it doesn't matter at all.
Okay. No, I mean, I think it's a fair question because you see those people, you're like, just open the gift already. My goodness.
Just get to the point, please.
Exactly.
All right,
We've got some food to eat.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's almost midnight the next day. Come on, open that gift.
Exactly.
But listen, Marlies, we are definitely going to have your sister on here because she's playing far too much mischief in the chat here. So you're going to have to get an opportunity to embarrass her on the flip side of this. So she will be a guest on the program.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't harbor all these dirty secrets like she does. I think she's somewhere in her mind has this little book where she writes it all down and then waits for the perfect moment to strike. And it's usually things like this.
And no, she's just being cheeky, so we have to get her on the channel so you can embarrass her.
Mouthy.
Yeah. No, apparently I realized what I said in Afrikaans. Thank God I mispronounced it after I said it. So, yeah.
I appreciate it as well.
But so Ronald Gans says, what's my special Christmas like? Well, gosh, I've had so many different Christmases. I've spent Christmas in the Bavarian Alps, in the mountains not far from Garmisch. I had a German lodge, a beautiful hotel on a lake, which was amazing. Went hiking in the snow for Christmas, sledding, and ice skating, skiing for Christmas before. I spent Christmas in Botswana, in South Africa, in Uganda, in Ethiopia, of course, here all over the U.S. For me, Christmas, I talked about being around people that you care about, but I really do like the wintry feeling about Christmas. And what I like about it is it getting people out of their funk. Now let's throw out 2020 with the COVID. Even before that, people oftentimes get kind of in it's time to make the donuts, go back to work, do this, do that. But I really I like Christmas time because you can like, hey, how you doing? Smile at people and like, whoa, you know, it's Christmas. You can actually greet people and try to get them in a good mood, and I like that.
Are you there?
Yeah, you're back, Dean. You're back. You disappeared, but you're back.
Colonel, how do you open your gift is what I want to know. Is it like this or is it just...
I used to be a Tasmanian devil, but as I've matured, got a little bit older, I take my time now, and sometimes I open them slowly, and sometimes like, just tear it open. So it's a mix of the two. It's a mix of the two.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Which
Colonel, I'm going to have to go back to work.
All right.
Colonel Santos. Ladies, God bless you. My pleasure to meet you. God bless you and your families, and have a wonderful Christmas. Colonel, have a wonderful Christmas.
Thank you so much.
All right, Dean, thank you very much for joining us. So we're all going to be here for maybe 10 more minutes. So thanks a lot. Thanks for sticking with us, Dean. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you. All right. It's the funny parts when people's hands go up by the phone to cover it up. That's always entertaining. Yeah, exactly. It's always entertaining. Right. Okay. So now I'm back with two beautiful ladies, which is where we were for the first hour of the program. All right. So, all right. Let's ask Irene's daughter about her music. I want to ask you about your music. Do you write your own music, or do people write it for you, or is it a mix of the two?
So in the beginning of my career, I did get the chance to write or co-write a few songs. Unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity again. A lot of times I just give an idea, or when the song does come to me, I change a word or two or help in the studio with not ideas. I can't say ideas because I'm not a producer, but if they ask me, do I like, say now they give me 3 different options and I have to choose the best for me, which one I like the best, the best beat or whatever, then I choose. Or if I have any ideas, I always share it inside the studio. And of course, if I do the music video, I usually have a lot of space there to play around, because usually that comes from my ideas, or a group of people with ideas, and so there I can also put a little bit of my style on. But if I don't have the opportunity to do that, I always try and sing it in a different style, or my style, put my own piece of identity on it, in the studio or in the music video. But I would actually like to have the opportunity to be able to write more songs or co-write more songs. It's just a little bit difficult, seeing that my writer and my producer is about an hour and a half drive from me. But yeah, I have in the past, and I would love to get the opportunity again to do that.
No, that's pretty cool. And we kind of touched on earlier, that wasn't really the question where I was going, but you kind of touched on it, is about doing Christmas performance. But a lot of artists eventually do a Christmas performance some point, which becomes part of their repertoire or part of their program. So that might be interesting to see you do some Christmas music at some point. There's some amazing songs out there. And of course, you know, songwriters write new ones now and then too. Some songs just stick with you forever. I mean, like, if it wasn't for Feliz Navidad, I don't think I would know who Jose Feliciano is, but I've known who Jose Feliciano is my entire life because of Feliz Navidad. And he's in his 70s now, and he can still rock it. He can still sing that song. It's an amazing song. It's funny how it's a Spanish song. Oh, it's a Spanglish song. It's Spanish English, but it's a beloved song here in America, where English is our language. Feliz Navidad.
Exactly. Yeah, I would love to do a Christmas show. I think that would be so great. Obviously this year I don't think anyone is doing Christmas shows really, but
no,
we'd love to have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, no, it's lots of things haven't been happening this year. This is the year we all just want to forget. The Scrooge came early this year. He came very early this year. I think Scrooge started showing up on our doorstep in late February, and he hasn't left.
100%. But I do think that out of all the negative things that did come out of this year, I think the entire world got to realize a lot of different things. And I think we all, because for me, for example, I'm someone that's very grateful for absolutely everything in my life, because I know that it can be taken away from me at any given second. But this was kind of like, this was a little bit of something new, being grateful for even the tiniest little things. And I think a lot of people that don't practice being grateful enough, I think do practice it now, and just realize that no matter how amazing or great your life is, it could actually be taken from you at any time. So you should be grateful for every single day, every single thing that you have, and every single person that you do still have in your life.
No, it's pretty crazy. I think you're absolutely right the way you describe that. And I imagine for you, you've been pretty much probably stuck in South Africa. I've been stuck in the U.S., although I was going to Canada for the HSBC 7 series in Vancouver. And I had to cancel at the last minute because the Army War College had asked me to do something. The dates they gave me weren't exactly the right dates. They needed me on different, so I couldn't go to Vancouver. Canceled my trip last second. Otherwise, I would have been to Canada this year. But so I've pretty much been stuck in the United States. But Marlies has had the interesting experience of having been on 2 continents during this COVID crisis. So she was in the Netherlands, and now she's in Namibia. And so she's seen it from 2 different places. And I'm guessing it's just as crazy on both ends.
It was insane. Like, I was supposed to fly back on the 19th of September, and then the ticket got cancelled, and the ticket from South Africa to here got cancelled, and I was stuck, and no flights were leaving, and I needed to come home. Like, my year was ending, my visa was done. And then by the grace of God, the first flight that went out from Germany to Namibia was on the 19th of September, and I got a seat.
Oof, I was lucky.
That's absolutely, sorry to interrupt you. That's absolutely crazy, because one of my friends had the same experience. She lives abroad, but she was also traveling abroad when this thing started, and she was literally about to leave the country because her visa was expiring, and they closed all borders, and they literally had to hitchhike through different continents to try and get a flight or somewhere that isn't blocked. And like, these stories are absolutely insane. And I think for me, just sitting in South Africa, just being in one place is one thing. But I think a lot of times me just being here, I kind of forget that it's a worldwide thing. I think it's like, oh no, it's just South Africa, we're just struggling here. And then I see people overseas and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's a worldly thing. So I think going to different countries in this time, and I think even just flying or anything, I think is so scary, because you then again just realize how small you are and how big this thing is actually, and how widely spread it is, which is crazy scary.
No, those are good points. But I think we also realize just how dependent and connected we are to the rest of the world, even if we don't think we are or don't want to be. You really, we look at England now, the United Kingdom, where the French have closed the border, and 10,000 trucks with goods and food that go into the United Kingdom are not getting into the United Kingdom each and every day. That's insane. 10,000 trucks, not 1,000. 10,000. And that's a lot of food and a lot of goods. The goods they could probably do without for a few weeks, but the food, there's going to be a real problem in the United Kingdom if they don't come up with a solution for this. In Botswana, what happened was that the trucks coming in from Zambia and the trucks coming in from South Africa and Namibia would be stopped at the border. The police would escort the drivers to the location in convoys, and then they would make sure that they didn't interact with people. The goods were dropped off. They drove back out of the country, which irritated a lot of the drivers for a number of reasons, but it proved to be largely effective. It wasn't a method, but the French and the Brits they don't even have a solution for this. It's just crazy world.
No, it's definitely, I think, like I said earlier, I think this year has definitely opened our eyes. And I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but next year, I don't think we're going to go completely back to normal. I think this thing is going to stay with us for a really long time. But I think everyone is going to go into the new year being a lot more stronger and a lot more wiser, because I mean, this thing hit us in between the eyes when we were not expecting it. And now we know what to expect, or not even really, but we've kind of been through this thing for a while already. I mean, it's almost COVID's birthday. So I think everyone is going to go into this new year with new hope and a bit stronger. And I think everyone in the whole world has learned something. I think that's something that positive that's come out of this year. Every single person in the world I think, has learned something out of this pandemic.
Whole experience, yeah.
Well, I would agree with one exception. I think we all have learned something. Unfortunately, our politicians have learned nothing. That's the problem.
100%.
The politicians have learned nothing.
I don't speak about politics or anything in that matter, because that's a very touchy subject.
Indeed.
I think in any country, but specifically in South Africa, because as soon as you talk politics, you immediately become racist when you start talking about it. So I just completely leave it alone. But I do think our president handled the lockdown at a good time. I think the first time that he put us in lockdown was a good decision, because he got it just before it hit. And what I'm gonna say?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say anything else.
let's leave it there. We'll save that. What I'll do is I'll offer that I'd like to have you on the program sometime. If you'd like to come on, you're welcome to come on. We can talk about your career and talk about anything you'd like to talk about. I do interview.
Well, you see that as soon as my daughter goes to sleep, I am a free woman. I get to do interviews, and I get to, so this is, I told you this afternoon on the phone, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. No, but I'll invite you back. I interview Afrikaans performers all the time, and so I'd love to have you back on. We'll talk about more things. If you don't want to talk about politics, we don't talk about politics. If you want to talk about politics, we'll talk about politics.
I'm actually quite an open book. I think there's just some topics that, not that I don't want to talk about them, I just prefer not to, because like I said, sometimes things that you say in this day and age, whatever you say is always taken in the wrong context. No matter how nice you can say something, there are always going to be people that are going to come for you. And I think politics is not something that I want to come for, because I actually know nothing about it. So I don't want to talk about something that I actually know nothing about, because I will just completely butcher my name 100%.
No, there's no worries about that. That's so one of the that's what I do with my guests when I bring them on the program. There's two conditions I give them. One, I never ask about an immediate family because of people's behavior online. Some people doxy people and do these other things. So I never ask my immediate family. But if you talk about your family, then it's fair game. If you want to do it, if you want to bring, like you've mentioned your daughter, so you're welcome to do that. But I never put my guest on the spot. And then the second is I ask for any off base, out of bounds topics. I had Liesel Pretorius from the South African Macadamia Nut Association. Growers Association was a guest on my channel because I want to talk about something positive in South Africa. And I don't know if you know this, but South Africa is the world's largest producer of macadamia nuts. And I thought that was a positive story. So I had her on, and she just said, I just don't want to talk about politics. I'm like, yep. So we didn't talk about politics at all. It's not a problem. But anyway, we'll invite you back on the channel, and you're welcome to come back if you like. And we'll make sure it's after your daughter's hit the rack so that you're a free woman, as you said. But But I do want to thank you so much for, on such short notice, agreeing to come on the program. It was wonderful to have you on the program. Thank you so much and for sharing this Christmas celebration with us. And my thanks to your dad, who he was like all over it. I sent him the message. I felt awkward because I got the number, and people give me numbers sometimes for performers in South Africa or their agents and producers. And it's like, hi, I'm so and so. Can I get so and so on my program? It's kind of awkward. So I sent it to him. And it was like, boom. I hadn't even had a chance to put the phone down. I had a response back to me. He's like, just contact her directly. I'm like, okay. So he gave me your contact information.
Yeah.
By the way, her number is...
I'm pretty quick my dad's really quick when it comes to something like that. And that's why I am so glad that he's not just my dad, but also the person looking after my career, because I know he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I do value his opinion. And if he says to me, you should do this, then I do it, Gotta listen to the manager, the big boss.
No, that's good. And by the way, if folks want to contact Irene Louise, her number is plus 27,356 9625 77 Jenny 8675309. So that's how you can reach her by her mobile phone, just in case you're curious.
Yes. Any time of the day, you can call me, video call me, 3:00 in the morning. Just,
Okay. Well, listen, so people are asking for some of the undoable things. They're asking for Marlies to ride a bicycle. That's not going to happen on the program. It's a Christmas program. You're on mute, Marlies. I don't know if you realize you're on mute. You're still on mute. That's weird.
I'm back.
Yeah, no, people are asking for you to ride a bicycle. That's not going to happen on this Christmas program as we wrap up. Not going to happen. And then I think they're trying to horn you in, Irene Louise, into singing Hallelujah. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Would you like to do that?
Well, I did. I can't say prepared because, well, are we ever prepared really?
Sure.
But I'm in for it. I'm definitely in for it.
All right,
I do have everything ready and set up. So if you guys don't mind, then I'll give it a go. I just hope my neighbors and my husband and my daughter don't mind. But it's fine. You got to do what you got to do, like I said.
I guess if there's any dogs, we'll know because they'll probably join in. When people sing Hallelujah, dogs like to join in.
Exactly. Just let me know if my sound is okay.
Okay. Sounds good
then
right now.
Here we go. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew them hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Here we go. It's a very long song, so I'm not going to do the whole song.
No, that was brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Again, lots of applause in the audience there. Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you so much.
My Santa glasses are fogged up. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's good.
That was brilliant. Well done. Well, my
you so
goodness. Listen, buy a donkey. It was very kind of you to join us today. And you were fantastic. We really enjoyed having you on the show. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and to your spouse and to
too.
Thank you very much, and to your little daughter. That's she's not going to remember this one probably this Christmas so much, but maybe the next one will stick with her. Maybe the next one will stick with her. But thank you so much for being on, and please pass my thanks along to your father once again for making it happen so quickly. So, anything you'd like to leave us with? Any thoughts, Irene Louise, before we drop you off?
No, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I really do. I do appreciate it. And I do hope that everyone does stay safe. I know that a lot of people are going into the second wave of this horrible, crazy thing, which is, I think we're also over it already, wearing masks and sanitizing and washing your hands and not touching your face. And I'm also there, I'm getting so annoyed with everything, but I think it is just so important. And something that I read the other day, which is so important, and it says, just because you're over the pandemic doesn't mean the pandemic is over. So just because you're over wearing a mask and you're over sanitizing your hand, or you so over it, just keep doing it. Just stay safe. If you can stay home, do stay home. The quicker we stay at home and comply with all the rules and regulations and stuff to get over this thing, then we can get back to normal. Can we please just go back to normal? COVID is ruining the vibe. And I just hope everyone does stay safe, and God bless to everyone, and Merry Christmas.
Brilliant. Well said. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Folks, Irene Louise van Wyk, our guest this evening here along with the others. Thank you so much, Irene Louise. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate it. Bye. It was nice meeting you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, Marlies, we are...
What a wonderful way to end the show.
I think so. That was amazing. That was fantastic to get her to sing.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful, too. Wow. I don't know about you, but Santa's a little knackered after 3 hours on this stream.
It is around about 9:30 here in the evening, so I'm reaching my bedtime.
Well, what I will say is we've learned something very important on this program. Next week, your sister will be on here so you can torture her.
Please, I beg, please.
No, you have to make it happen. We'll set it up. Next week, we'll have her on here, and we'll talk to her. And then you can be in the chat, and you can be doing that sort of thing. Actually, a lot of people are asking for her and saying she should be on the program. So seriously, let's
Definitely.
get her on. I've
No,
just.
she's a great person. She's really nice. So
No,
you guys won't hate her, but
No,
I want my moment.
But listen, as always, Marlies, going back to when you were first a guest on my program, that was a lot of fun when you were still back in the Netherlands. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was fun having you on
How
tonight.
things have changed.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. And that was just a few months back. It's not like it was years ago or anything like that, just a few months back.
Yeah.
But you're back in Namibia now, and we're still in COVID, so that hasn't changed. But what's this? Arctic says, please
Eventually this will.
Tian wants me to me promise that you won't go beat up your sister after the show. I don't think you're going to beat up your sister.
No, I can't. I could never win. No. I've tried when I was younger. She always wins. I have to be strategical about this.
Well, we did have a lot of Christmas tales to talk about and read, but we didn't actually have to get to them. We just read a couple of them at the beginning, and then our guests came on, and they kept us quite busy, quite entertained, and quite informed throughout the program. So, Marlies, I'm going to ask you before I have you head off, and then I'll do the closing remarks. What would you like to share with the audience, if anything? We're just 2 days from Christmas 2020.
I think it's a strange time, but I hope that your Christmas tree is up and the lights are shining bright, and that you are in the holiday spirit, and that you try your best to make it feel like it was last year where nothing was wrong yet. So I think kind of live a bit in the past for a day to just feel normalcy and all that, but may your Christmas tree shine bright.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. All right, folks, can we get some applause for Santa's helper, Marlies? Marlies has been fantastic. Thank you so much for that. And your sister has been entertaining, cheeky fun on the side as well. So we'll be beating up on her next week online. So we'll help get that set up after the program. Anyway, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing this with us and for coming on. And folks, you'll get a chance to see more of my Santa's helper sometime in 2021, and we'll just keep it under a hat right now while you might see more of her, but you'll be seeing more of her, and we're looking forward to that. Yes, we're looking forward to that. All right, Marlies, Merry Christmas to you and to your cheeky sister and to your parents.
Thank you so much.
And everybody, and take care, and I'm going to close out the program after you're off the screen. All right, cool beans.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, folks. Gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody having joined us today. My special thanks to all of my guests, Jezelle, to Danie Botha, to Dean Chancy, to, who did I miss? Here? We've got Irene van Wyk, and did I get everybody? Gosh, I don't want to make a mistake. And of course, to Marlies, it was fantastic, Santa's helper there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had musical performances, actually a live performance of Hallelujah from Irene Louise van Wyk, Irene Louise van Wyk. Boy, I'm really tired. She did Hallelujah for us. It was brilliant. We had a video performance from Danie Botha, which was amazing, and a medley from Jezelle to start the program out. It was great to have Dean Chancy join us for the program. It was really awesome. And Marlies was fantastic, Santa's helper. So thank you all for joining me. I will be streaming on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day, in case you're curious. So if people want to check out the channel and maybe join the chat, possibly maybe even call in, not going to announce that ahead of time, but probably call in because kids were asking. I hope that your kids and grandkids enjoyed the program as well. We try to keep it clean for kids. Although I think I had a little slip up there with a word that I didn't realize what it was, so my apologies for that. But anyway, thank you so much for it, folks. It's a real pleasure having you guys here. And Dollinger says, this was a great show, Chris. Thanks a lot. Thank you for hard work and all your mods and all your special. Thanks, says Hank. Awesome, says Tony. Villamare, you did awesome. Love you. I assume you're talking to Marlies, not to me, Villamare. Anyway, no, but it was fantastic stream, folks. And we sort of need this, don't we? I mean, after this horrific nonsense this year, we really need this kind of thing to lighten up the mood and celebrate the season. Peter Crutchley in New Zealand saying thanks, and to all the guests. Yes, to all my guests, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, especially to Irene Louise, who I just got in contact with this morning, my time, just a few hours before the program, and said, can you come on? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. That was brilliant of her to do. Fantastic. Danie Botha, was fantastic to have Danie Botha on the program. Special, very special for me, of course, because Danie had unsolicited sent a video recording of a prayer for my mother when she was in declining health, which I got to share with my mother. So that was really special. That was my introduction to Danie Botha. I mean, I'd seen his music, but I didn't know the gentleman. So a video message sent to me of a prayer that he did for my mother was amazing. So it was brilliant to have him on the program as well. As always, Jezelle on the program. That's always fantastic to have Jezelle. And we had a guest appearance by El Jose. She made a little peek there. And anyway, so to all my guests and to my co-host there, Santa's helper, Marlies, it was fantastic. God bless you guys. Thank you all so much. May you all have a joyous holiday season. And I hope that if you are looking for something to do on Christmas Day, that you think about coming to Chris Wyatt Africa, and we'll have another conversation. We'll talk about Christmas, just kind of chew the fat. And I don't think I'll dress up as Santa, but we'll talk about things. Leovin Janssen van Rensburg says, thank you, Chris. It was awesome. Thank you so much all for being here. And thanks to all the folks in South Africa, of course, and in Namibia for joining, and to the young person from Zimbabwe who tuned in looking for the iPhone. I do hope that appears under your tree for Christmas Day. It was lovely having you as well. Marilyn Brokenshaw says thank you. You're most welcome. And that's it. Rainier Dutoy says join late, but can't wait to catch up tomorrow watching the stream. Brilliant, Rainier. Appreciate it. Anyway, folks, Erica says thank you. Tony, blessings to all. And to all you guys. It was fantastic. I want to thank everybody. I've already thanked you many times, but just once again, we had a peak of about 150. But folks, but remember, that's probably only about a quarter of the size of the audience when you consider that lots of kids were watching for the first hour plus or so. So thank you so much. Thank you for the super chats. 56 people currently watching. Let's push it up over 150 likes, folks. Just 5 away from that. Let's do it. Come on, it's a lot of work. A lot of people gave their time to make this Christmas program come through for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it, both the musical performances, the recorded ones, and the live one. We had the surprise one there at the end. So God bless. Thank you so much, folks. Let's get those 5 likes up there. That's it. I'll catch you guys later. Joe Emilio, if he's still on, I'm going to go on to his stream right now after I go off. Yeah, kids are probably in bed by now, I would hope. 9:20. 146 likes. Anyway, folks, that's it. I'm going to close out. And I want to thank you all for joining the program. And there won't be a Night Owls edition tonight, but I will be on tomorrow. I might do something a little bit late tonight just to chat. It won't be the night. It'll be a Night Owls, but it won't be at the regular scheduled Night Owls time. So after I go on Joe Emilio, I might come back. Have you given times for tomorrow on Christmas Day? Keith, there'll be the usual times at 6 p.m. and 9:35 in South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia, at 11 a.m. and 2:35 Eastern Standard Time, same times. But I will do probably a Night Owls edition tonight. I'll put it in the groups, the Telegram group and the WhatsApp groups. And then, but it'll be after I have to decompress a little bit here, folks. 3 hours, I need a short break, and it's actually been 3 hours and 20 minutes. Plus, I was already online for a half hour before that, setting everything up. So more like 4.5 hours right now. So I need a little bit break so I can get my brain back. Anyway, but yeah, Keith, I will be on the normal times on Christmas Day. It's nothing keeping me from doing that. Anyway, folks, God bless. And I'm out of here. 148 likes. So close. All right. Thank you so much to everybody. Yeah, take a power nap. No time for a nap. Thanks a lot. You got 2 kids passed out with no hassles. Well done, Tian. Glad. I hope everyone's kids, and that's what I like. That's why I'm gonna do the Night Owls edition, just to find out who had kids popping in. You don't have to share it if you don't want to, if it's a personal thing. But it was really awesome to see kids pop in the chat, and I hope that they enjoyed the program and they got something useful out of it. All right, folks, that's it. I'm out of here. God bless, and we'll catch you later.